Fuck. I don't know why I expected anything else. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Paperwork Pantheon, episode 62. We were supposed to have Danny here. He said he was going to be here when I messaged him this morning, but I don't know where he is. My guess is he is stuck in the traffic of his house. Like, there's probably his dog in front of him, and he couldn't tell the whole thing.
Oh, Ookie.
Hello, my name is Godfried Outlaw. I use he, they pronouns. I am and have been the Dungeon Master for this show the whole time. I hope you enjoy today. Off to Amelia.
Hello, my name is Amelia Som. You can find me most places at Amelia Som or by going to links.ameliasom.com. And I keep thinking about this tweet that says, I'm probably non-binary, but I have a job, so I don't really care about that right now. And, Danny's here.
Danny boy. Are you okay?
I can get into the Discord server to get the StreamYard link because the Discord server
Oh,
crashed.
yeah.
Okay, mine got fixed. I assumed
I couldn't get in until like now. I've been reloading Discord for like the past 10 minutes.
I see.
Discord said, I hate you for real, for real.
Discord's on Hate Danny Island?
Discord is
It
on
is on Hate Danny Island.
No!
I'm so sorry.
And
It's been on
everybody
Hate
knew
Brook
you.
Island for a while.
Okay.
Discord's been on hate user base island, really. But yeah, so whatever pronouns you make of that, those are mine.
Take a guess. You might get it right.
Or else.
I hope you don't. And then you feel bad.
Passing it off then to Brooklyn.
What a time.
I love it. No, just keep it like that.
No, thank you. My name is Brooklyn. You can only find me here, so don't look for me elsewhere.
If you do, I'll kill you.
Yeah, he will. He's for serious. Do you ever wonder what happened to Earl Grey Skeleton?
Dead.
Buried. That's why they're a skeleton.
Facts.
Danny's trying to figure out the secret of that. He's
Daniel.
hoping he can replicate
I'm
it.
Daniel. You know me.
Is that a gay Magic the Gathering shirt?
Yes, it's very comfy.
I see.
Also known as a Magic the Gathering
should
shirt.
be- Magic should rebrand its color scheme, and this should be the new color scheme.
I mean, they can't. They probably fired those people.
Ebenezer Scrooge, dude.
Ebenezer, screw you.
My favorite thing is when companies report record profits and record layoffs in the same boardroom meeting. That's always funny.
2 weeks before
Ridiculous.
Christmas. Very class
If
act.
you don't know what we're talking about, Wizards just laid off an absolute fuck ton of employees.
Yeah.
Not because Wizards
Like,
isn't making
thousands.
money, but because
Hasbro
Hasbro's
laid off 1,100 employees, including several from their most profitable divisions of Dungeons and Dragons and Magic.
I would like to remind everyone that Nintendo, when the failure that was the Wii U release, the CEO took a 50% pay cut until they had regained all the money they spent on the Wii U. They didn't fire anyone. He cut his paycheck in half to allow that the employees stay at the company. I want to remind everyone of that.
which
and the
to be
Wii
fair,
U fell on
it's
its
a problem. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, and the Wii U fell on its face so the Switch could fly.
Yes.
Yes. But, like, also, there's a problem with the fact that he was earning that much money in the first place. But if you are earning that much money in the first place, good. You should be the one to take a pay cut when everyone... Like, if you can afford to lose 50% of your pay, and then still make up that amount over a reasonable number of years...
The
Yeah.
one thing is, and the thing is as well, is Iwata, the guy who did that, the only CEO who I think genuinely does deserve some of his, at least a portion of his pay, because he's the one who came up with the ideas for the Wii U, the Switch, the Wii, like all of the most profitable products out of Nintendo, pretty closely tied to his ideas very directly. So
I
you
love
know what? Goated.
I love the idea that they came out with the Wii U and everyone hated it, and then there's like, what if we just kind of came out with it again, but it's somehow different? And they're like, yeah, let's throw money into that. And then everyone was like, fuck yes.
They were like, holy shit, the Wii U but different rocks.
What was so wrong with the Wii U? I wasn't allowed to play video games when that came out.
So
like,
the Wii
what was
U
wrong
when
with
it
it?
released was
Was that
confusingly
the camera
marketed.
one?
No,
That's the Kinect.
So the Wii U was confusingly marketed. So there was a big marketing issue, and as well as they didn't really have any technical upgrades, or at least massive technical upgrades from the Wii. The Wii, and because how they marketed it was basically like you'd get this like play pad, and the Wii U play pad was like in all of the marketing, and because they called it the Wii U, they never really specified that it came with a whole new console. Everyone just thought the Wii U was an upgraded version of the Wii that you'd get with a play pad. That was a big problem with their marketing.
Also, I was gonna say, also, unlike the Switch, you couldn't just take the Wii U everywhere. It wasn't its own self-contained console.
The play pad had to be connected to the Wii. It was a clunky,
So
poorly marketed mess.
So what was like the point of the Wii U then?
It was to kind of, but not really compete with like PS. I think by then it was probably PS Vita because that came out after the PSP. But
I thought the Vita came out. Vita was early 2000s. The Wii U came out in the 2010s.
PSP was early 2000s. PS Vita was 2010s.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was mostly to try and compete, and they were like halfway there. You know, it was like trying to bridge the way people liked, or the things people liked about like a Game Boy or a Nintendo DS with the gameplay on the Wii. And I just honestly think the technology didn't exist for what we now know as the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And so honestly, if we're looking at this with the benefit of hindsight, the Wii U existed so the Switch could later on be created.
Yeah.
But it was just not
You were
well
born
done.
to die.
Did you guys ever have an iToy?
No.
That sounds so familiar.
I was about to say, I'm
I
like, this is
couldn't
not
remember.
sponsored by Adam and Eve. What are you talking about?
No, it had like a camera, and it would film you, and you would move to play the games, and like it would track your movement.
No.
I mean,
And
we
you
have
would-
Kinect for
There
Xbox.
was a game where the iToy was like probably before that, I think. I don't know, it was years ago. We had an iToy. And I remember my brother and I were obsessed with this one game where we had to
PS2
swat
thing.
ninjas away, because you would be standing in the middle of the screen and there'd be like a bunch of different platforms, and they would like come flying out, and it would gradually get quicker and quicker and quicker, and you had to like swat them
this
away.
is for the PS2. This was
Yeah.
long ago.
Yeah. This was as a
2003.
kid. I was a kid when this was.
I wasn't even
Like, you
born
might
yet.
have. Yeah. Okay, fair enough, Danny.
I think you were
I
born.
was
This
literally-
is 2003, my bro. You
I
made
was gonna say-
one.
I was gonna make a joke about how Daniel
I'm
was.
older.
Years old.
Oh no! My brother's a little bit older than you. I think he's like 2 years older than you.
Yeah. Either way. Either way, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro needs to stop being the shittiest company on the planet. And the part of the people that they laid off were the division that helped make Baldur's Gate 3. So if that can help you understand how ludicrous of a business
That is
decision this
insane. That is actually insane. I didn't know that.
Honestly, that's an insult to Luda.
Yeah,
What
that is
the
an insult to
fuck?
ludicrous.
I'm sorry, the game that just won you every single award on the planet.
One of the best-selling
and you're
games
gonna-
one of the best-selling games in history, one of the best games in history, biggest games in history, the largest growth in the D&D market and franchise ever made.
And you're gonna turn around and you're gonna be like, nah,
Kill
let's
him.
fire
Kill him.
the
Like
people
your
who made that happen.
your IP has never been so popular, so monetizable, and so widely available and accessible to people, and that's where you're gonna start making cuts.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize what Hasbro meant when they said that the D&D IP is under-monetized. It's because you guys are the ones under-monetizing it and fucking it over.
Yeah.
It is stupid.
That is actually insane. That's blown my mind.
Anyway, we are going to be playing. This is to call this game D&D is to call this game
Call this game D&D is to be a liar.
is to be a liar. We're playing Stacks Conversion D&D, And to someone in chat who said, "Is Danny's 11 or is my math bad?" Your math is very bad.
Your math is so
what
bad.
year do you think it is?
Do you think it is 2012? Danny's 11. I am 14.
2012.
Guys, a
that's
time
so
traveler's
bad.
in chat.
I am in year 11. I'm
A
16.
time traveler or someone who is 11 is in chat. I can't tell the difference right now.
Is my math bad or is Danny 11? Your math is so bad. So bad. Hey, I'm glad you know at least.
Yeah.
Imagine if Danny was 11 though.
I
like
like
how
have words for some of the people on the internet.
Nah, dude. If I was 11 and I acted the same way I do now, it would make sense.
Dude. It'd be a little confusing. I'd be like, you are
What are you talking about media literacy in the Hunger Games? Shut up! Fuck you!
Fuck you, you motherfucker!
I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
How often do you talk about media literacy in the Hunger Games?
Yesterday,
That
I
was
talked
your
about
first
media
example.
literacy in Lord of the Rings. Okay, can I do this offbeat? Can I do this right now?
You know, I don't really have a concrete plan for today's episode because this is like the last one before Christmas. So, like,
Yeah,
go
all
off,
right,
King.
chat. So, I saw a tweet the other day that was like, what's your Hunger Game? I have a picture of it.
Oh, I've
actually.
seen the most awful takes around that.
I
tweet.
have a picture of it because I'm gonna make a YouTube video on it. What's your Hunger Games hot take? It is deeply alarming and prescient, yes, that there is so much desire to consume more games content. Mag's games, Hamish games, Fennec's games, Andy's games, almost like people are missing the political message and just want to see children murdering each other. So, that's not why we want to see the games. You have zero media literacy. Stories in fiction are often used as a package a framing device to convey a stronger and more important message. Like Lord of the Rings. It's not about defeating Sauron, it's about fighting fascism. Right? Now, let's take a look at the Hunger Games. What is the Hunger Games about? The Hunger Games is not about children murdering each other for sport and entertainment. It's about capitalism and the centralization of power and segregation of people. That's what the Hunger Games is about. That seems reasonable, right? Now, more often than not, we are not interested in the games themselves, but the characters. I personally would love to see Fennec's games. Fennec is my favorite character from the Hunger Games. And I don't want to see the games because I don't want to see who he killed. I want to see how he got indoctrinated to the idea that the capital is bad. I want to see him grow as a person and come to terms with the fact that he has to murder children, people his own age and older, because he is forced to by his government, an oppressive regime. I want to see the switch from subservient to revolution. I don't care. That's the backdrop. Seeing children get murdered is a bonus. I want to see the path they take to get from who they were to who they are. I want to see the character. I don't care about the games. They want to consume the games. Yes, because the characters are interesting and the world and lore is cool.
Can I add to that? Because,
Yes.
oh my gosh, you are so right for this. I remember, okay, when I was
Zero
filming
media literacy.
content,
Sorry. Zero.
this reminds me of when I was making content, I made a TikTok basically saying that I thought the plot of the second movie should have been that instead of Katniss and Peter getting sent back into the games, Prim and Gale got sent into the games, and then Katniss would have to be a mentor and navigate the political aspects on the other side and rely on other things. This was my biggest ever TikTok. This got like, I think 1.2 million views. I was very proud of this one because it was like 3 minutes long. I was not expecting it to do well. I just needed to say this. And the thing is, the reason why I felt that is because it better served exactly what you're saying right now, that being like the overall theming and messaging of the story and the ideas behind the Hunger Games and like what message it's trying to impart, because you're so right. And also, each and every single one of those characters had a different backstory that contributes to the overall image of the problems with the stories,
Yeah.
like capitalism and the other themes that are highlighted in the story as well. So
Okay,
like,
I absolutely agree with you. Put the Prim Reaper in the Hunger
Oh.
Games. Come on, let's do it.
I agree.
My hot take about the Hunger Games that I did not share on Twitter is I just want to see more content of young Coriolanus Snow doing awful shit in his slutty little skirt.
Oh, I want to make a video.
And that's
about,
why I don't date men, because
about-
that does something for me.
I want to make. Okay, can I read you guys the idea that I have for my video on the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes?
I'm gonna steal it and make it
Yeah.
before you, but
yes,
okay.
but I haven't seen or read it yet. So please, if
Oh,
there's
it's
too many
fine. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay.
So I talked a little bit about this, but it's about I read the book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I think it's a great example and a great framing reference for the philosophical idea of the state of nature. Do you guys know what that is?
Like the idea that people start off as something, and if you are nature versus nurture.
No, that's nature versus the state of nature is what would humans act like if there was no body of governance?
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Lord of the Flies did that. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Lord of the
Yes.
Flies type shit, yeah.
And it's I think the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes showcases this excellently. And it's actually specifically referenced. There's 3 different philosophers, I can't remember off the top of my head, that are listed in the epitaph, quoted, that are each like, that was their thing. And I don't remember what they're called. I don't remember their names, but I'm not gonna, I'll go on a 20-minute rant about this. I can't do this right
The
now.
crazy thing about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and this is a spoiler, but it's not a consequential spoiler, the thing that surprised me the most is that there are in fact ballads, there are in fact songbirds,
And there are
in fact snakes.
Yeah!
Like,
It's not just a metaphor.
I was like,
it's
damn, I
real.
don't know what I expected. Like, they're singing it, and I was like, this was more singing than I was expecting, and that's on me.
They're singing. There's
It was in
birds.
the title. Oh my god.
Damn, if that ain't a snake.
Like, listen, Suzanne Collins is, you could say what you want about Suzanne Collins, but when she has a title, she sticks to it. The Hunger Games.
it's
They
like
were
six-
hungry, there were games. Shit
like
caught
this-
fire.
It's like snakes on a plane. You know what you're getting on the box. It says it. It's like
Snakes on a plane.
Yeah,
You ever watch the movie Airplane? Also.
it's also about a plane.
Die Hard? He didn't.
Yeah,
Liar.
that was misleading. I did not like that.
I did not like how he didn't die. Meg 2, there was 4 Megs in that movie. Bullshit.
Whoa, spoilers.
Not just 2.
That's my favorite thing about, there's a shark movie called Two-Headed Shark. And it's great.
Don't tell me, dude.
Yeah,
No
there's
way.
a shark, and it has
No way, dude.
and the sequel to it is Three-Headed Sharks, and
No.
it's so good too because every time in that movie you see 2 people walk away together, you're like, oh, and then in Three-Headed Shark you see 3 people walk away together, you're like, ah, and every goddamn time.
No.
The scariest thing in Meg 2 was the fact that they, I believe Jason Statham at 10,000 feet below the sea level, aka the combined pressure of about 70,000 atmospheres or 700 atmospheres, just breathed out all the air in his lungs and he was fine.
Yeah, that's what.
Me when my lungs aren't crushed by the massive pressure of
Wait,
the
they
I'm not
recovered pieces from the Ocean Gate sub, right? What happened with those? Did we ever see what was left?
No, we did not. We have not found any pieces.
No, they unearthed something. They like, yeah, it was a
they
few
found-
weeks after.
like pieces or something. I don't remember.
Did they recover the Mad Catz controller?
That was like the best week. Oh my god, I was like,
I was on a cruise with
Not
Lexi
for the
doing that.
passengers.
That's okay. It was instant for them.
yeah, it was cool.
I feel bad for the son, for that like
Yeah.
19-year-old boy who didn't even want to go. That's awful.
That,
I don't know
okay,
what
well, now
happened
that we're
there.
thinking back about the loss of human life, it is sad again. But the part of me that likes to hyper fixate on stuff, I know I'm an expert in submersibles, by the way. I know shit about carbon fiber, titanium, what metal alloy blends you want to use to build your sub.
Certified
this.
professional.
Danny,
don't-
we need to have, when I go see this movie, we need to have a full breakdown because having heard that take, that is the most excellent, on point agreeable take I have ever heard you give in your life, and I love it.
I'm sorry,
and
what? I'm sorry,
That is
what?
the only opinion Brooke has ever agreed with
The
from you,
closest
Danny.
you've come.
I'm sorry,
to
when I said that fascism was bad earlier, I guess you couldn't agree with that, Brooke.
I mean,
Come on.
I guess.
There's two sides to every story.
Come on, guys. I'm not educated, guys. I'm not educated. I can't have an opinion. Well, to get educated, I guess.
We need to have a breakdown of this.
I'll talk about it. I have notes.
I'm so there for this energy.
I
This
have
is
like
amazing.
no. Literally, there was like a week there where I was just cooking up like video essay ideas for content, and like I have like 3 on Star Wars, 2 on the Hunger Games. Like I have 1 on Baldur's Gate.
Let
but
me
that's not
help
really
you
that's
with
not
the
really
Hunger
a video-
Games ones. Let me talk to
I'll
you.
do it.
I have thoughts. I have opinions.
I got you, dude. Like,
It's
it's just
just
like
Brooke's-
I saw that tweet and I got viscerally angry. I'm just like, you do not read.
The
You
Hunger
can-
Games also was like blew up, like big in the era where like I was the perfect age for the Hunger Games to be like I was the target audience. It was the height of YA. It started this massive trend. Like the Hunger Games is one of my defining series, and I went on to like choose a career in that eventually.
Just to like
you
also
know.
add on to like that stupid that other take is, that would be like suggesting the reason why we watch Harry Potter is we like seeing children separated from their parents and not the magic wizard school.
The crazy thing is that I read The Hunger Games when it came out, and I do remember thinking that I wouldn't be so much of a bitch about having to murder people. I feel worse about it now. I just think you don't really develop morals until you, like, I started developing, like, that kind of a moral compass probably about 14 or 15.
I start to, you know, Amelia, I think that you're different than Ace, and then you say stuff like this.
Listen, as a child, I cannot comprehend the loss and gain of mortal life. Listen, we're not
I ate
people
bugs
yet.
as a kid for quarters.
I know you
I
did.
think I was just anxious all the time.
I also had an illegal printing press of Pokemon cards, aka I would sneak into the computer lab and print off Pokemon cards people wanted and then sell them for $20.
I used to make clan signs and skins on Roblox that I sold for Robux because I didn't have, so I could buy things in the Roblox store.
Oh my god.
I made them in MS Paint.
Oh, Amelia. Oh my god, that's so funny.
That's like
That is actually hilarious.
Because you could use Robux to buy ads in Roblox. Like, or you could use your like money in your account to buy little ads, and so I did that. I had a tiny little business.
You know,
Hey,
go
good on
getter.
you. Good
Trendset,
on
grind
you.
Set. You know, Amelia
Yeah.
does grind in their sleep, you know?
Yeah.
I do. That's why I'm stressed all the fucking time.
All right.
I love hearing about the random small businesses all of my friends started when they were kids. I didn't do random small businesses. I did write novels, though.
Yeah.
I had a fight club. It lasted
There was-
recess.
That's bad. That's not good. You shouldn't do that.
It
I used
lasted
to-
one recess.
I
It
remember,
got
like-
shut down in that recess.
Yeah, speaking of media literacy, you need to watch that movie with someone who understands it, Michael.
What do you mean? It was awesome.
Yeah, me, dude. So me in the Hunger Games.
Wait.
That was so me.
Dude,
Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. Can we all yell at off me to play D&D? We don't do that here.
Wait, who asked for everyone to yell it offbeat to play
I don't
D&D?
know. I don't know. Someone come get your
I'm-
dog. They're yapping too much.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, I'm just now looking. I just got that. There's okay.
Remember, I am like a wizard. I arrive exactly when I want to. Or maybe
Speaking
I'm-
of arriving exactly when you want to, fascism doesn't.
fascism arrives when you least expect it. Actually, everyone
Fascism
else
usually
expects
arrives
it.
super clearly. They're like, "Hey, fascism's coming," and then the fascism enters.
And then everyone's like, "Nah, that ain't fascism." And we're like,
Exactly. It's the denial of fascism that makes people believe that fascism isn't there.
it's like, no, I'm pretty sure that is in fact a fascist. Because I remember, because like I actually did study quite a bit about in my theater of cruelty studies. We studied a lot about 1930s Germany, because that was like post where German theater came about, and freaking everybody knew that Hitler was a bad dude. Everybody. They just kind of let it happen because they were like, he cares about the Germans and the German interests, and he might hate Jewish people, but he cares about Germans. So whenever you hear...
okay, they also did studies on, like, why people remain passive in those...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Those things. And, like, people tend to follow instructions.
Yeah, people do. It's
God, we don't have an example like of anything going on today where someone would be committing a genocide against a vulnerable population and everyone would just kind of argue whether or not it was actually happening.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that insane? In unrelated news, you should probably go and call your local representatives and tell them to ask for a permanent ceasefire.
In Palestine, if you were wondering where that was relevant to in Palestine.
If you don't know where this is what we're talking about, we are heavily alluding to Palestine. You're welcome.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that insane?
Anyways,
we play D&D here. Now I shall begin.
I love that I managed to get through most of my makeup before we even started.
Ace! Onto you. You and Godfried arrive back from your little teleportation. Your little teleportation time travel adventure. You arrive back in your domain. Alistair is there, and he's brought Viari by the scruff of her neck. I'm sorry.
Am I in trouble? Wait, am I in trouble?
No, you've just been brought along by the scruff of your neck.
Oh, okay.
You get sat down.
Oh, hey, guys.
Ace, Godfried. Something has happened.
What?
A section of my divine contract was both in rewrites and existing at the same time. Usually indicative of a paradox or some type of hypocrisy that is being accredited, so I went in and looked at it. The events of Godfried's death. Now, why would those both be in rewrites and existing at the same time?
Technically there was no paradox, so technically that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would argue that there wasn't a paradox.
Oh, but there was a paradox. You're
Said the liar.
merely... Time traveling is a paradox in and of itself. Going back in time, it is a paradox to begin with. Now, you didn't commit anything that would result in an overall stoppage, as by the hypocrisy prevention systems in the divine contract. But time travel, it seems, gets through. So, what happened and what did you do?
We need our lawyer.
Charlie!
Hey, what's up?
They managed to time travel.
We've done nothing. Allegedly, we've done nothing.
No, I want to see where this goes.
Alistair, do you mind if I speak to my clients in quote-unquote private for a moment? Of course.
We live in a police state!
Alistair leaves. All right, kids, what'd you do?
We may have done a little bit of time travel.
Exercised our rights as gods and people.
Okay.
Godfrey's feeling very political today.
Yeah, Godfried has had a bit of an emotional experience.
Godfried, how about we sit down for a bit, okay? Look, I know you got a lot of big feelings right now, but we need to have our little feelings right now, okay? We'll talk about your big feelings in a little bit of a safer space right now. But right now, I need the details, okay? So what happened and what'd you do?
Okay, we went back to the moment of Godfried's death.
Okay.
When he was alive. We met the god of the hunt.
I did some cross-coordinating. The god of the hunt is the person that killed me, and we figured that out. Kaput confirmed, but they were hired by the Terrible Six, which was supposedly conscripted by Eleanor.
Well, the god of the hunt
Beatrice.
is the Terrible
Beatrice,
Six.
thank you.
God of the hunt's in the Terrible Six.
What? Fucking everything's so confusing.
The 6 gods of the hunt, the neutral ones anyway, they call themselves the Terrible Six. They're kind of like a union, a non-official union. They work together, they consolidate their power, and they kind of they work together for projects and jobs together, alright? They're called the Terrible
Neutral
Six.
gods work with chaos.
Neutral gods can work with whoever they really want. As long as
Oh,
it
I just
serves
thought they
them.
stayed out of it.
They try to, but they don't have to.
Yeah. Also, human Godfried kind of was lame. You got a lot better when you became a skeleton.
I know, I'm so much sillier now.
I think. Okay. So you time traveled back to Godfried's death. Original Godfried. Godfried Hast.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go quickly check something. You see, he pulls out a big old book, and it's much larger than he. He slaps it down on the ground, begins to flip through pages, and he goes, "Okay." Tears out a sheet of it, hands it to Godfried. "Could you sign this paper, please?"
What does it entail?
The paper basically gives me clearance to go and investigate you. I need to subpoena basically your entire life story.
Fine.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
So you sign it?
Put a little skull on the dotted line.
Okay. As you do that, Charlie walks over to you, and he just places a tiny little hand on your forehead, just pow. And then his eyes glow. Okay. After a few moments, he breaks off, looks at you, and goes, "Okay, so here's the thing. How confident are you that you are in possession of your own soul as you've always had it?"
I mean, we can go check.
This is a you question. This is for your lawyer case, okay? I need you
What does this have to do with anything?
I need you to answer honestly. How confident are you that you are in possession of the soul that you've always had?
Is this like a hypothetical or like?
What do you feel? Yes or no?
Yeah, I don't know. How could I know? I don't remember my life. I just know this one.
So you believe that you've always had this soul?
Yeah. What other soul would it be? That's how the Haas works. I don't know. That's what I've been told. No one gives me straight answers on anything.
Okay. So you believe that this has always been your soul and there's never been another soul ever inside this body of yours?
Yes. Yeah, if that's what you want me to say. I don't know.
I just need you to answer what you think.
I don't know!
Okay.
You're making me question things simply by asking.
Okay. Godfried, I am your lawyer.
My feelings are big! My feelings are big!
Okay.
Don't tell me to not them!
Little feelings. I need yes or no's here, kid. Otherwise, I can't defend you.
Ah.
Okay. So my client thinks that this has always been his soul. Ace, how long have you possessed the ability to time travel?
I haven't ever done it successfully until just then.
So this was the first ever occurrence of time travel that you are aware of.
Yes.
How long have you been able to manipulate the flow of time?
I guess since I ascended.
And what about your stints in the Feywild?
Oh, well, I wasn't really manipulating so much as it's like manipulating in the way you ride a current or you steer a rudder of a ship.
So you were more knowledgeable of time, not necessarily a direct manipulation of it.
I wasn't manipulating time. I was manipulating other things through the passage of time, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. First occurrence. Were you aware that what you were doing was direct time travel when you did it?
Yeah, that was kind of the whole goal.
Okay. And you felt... Why time travel? Did you feel like it was better than any of the records we have?
Actually, yes, they were, because we had no records of the current time period.
We didn't have records of that event, and I think it was important for Godfried to see and experience it.
Thank you for acknowledging my big feelings.
You're welcome, bud.
Okay. I think I've got what I need in order to defend just against Alistair for now. You do realize this is gonna get regulated now, right? Like this is after this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Goddamn government
Like,
red tape.
Time is linear. It's like, what's the problem? It's like, what happened has already happened and nothing can be changed. Why would we need to regulate things that aren't going to change? To regulate time travel is to try and stop what has already happened. Like the Avengers. Avenge. Like, it's too late.
Alright, Godfried, I'm gonna explain something that
Yeah, Endgame was dumb.
I'm gonna explain something that is a little confusing, okay? So bear with me. Time travel, yes, it is linear. There's no way to change the events of the past, right? However, going into the past does create paradoxes regardless in our linear time and the way we experience it. For example, given what you subpoenaed to me, it seems like Ace talked to the god of the hunt and said, I will come to you. Don't come to me because I won't know you next time I'm there. Meaning there's a period of time in linear time where A's knew the god of the hunt, followed by a period where they had no idea they existed, followed by a period in which they do. Thus creating a paradox. How do we get from point A to point B?
But how is that a paradox? As in, these instances of A's are different versions of A's.
Not according to the contract. That's the
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 issue.
contract
needs to
says
learn
future me in
more.
the past knowing future me in the past concurrent with past me knowing information that past me doesn't know is the same as past me knowing that information.
But that's not true, which means that's not a universal truth, which means that means the divine contract is wrong.
Well,
and that, therefore, it's not the universal contract.
What happens is that it gets put into rewrites. And if it gets put into rewrites, that, like Alistair said, it gets chucked in the rewrites at the same time as it's existing. Which means it can fuck with the records a bit. It has to be instantly rewritten. Because you guys haven't time traveled in the present until you do. But you've time traveled in the past for as long as you have. Having these types of regulations will help us better prepare for it. Because if things are in rewrites while they're already here, that presents a vulnerability in the contract that can be exploited by the other side. I appreciate the frustration, and it is your godly powers. But these are very powerful powers. No one's been able to touch the divine contract but Alistair. But now you present the ability to change it. Viari has the ability to change it. These are very powerful things. You have to be very careful with them. You can't just use them all willy-nilly. You know?
Yeah.
So I am going to defend you. I'm doing this for you guys. But it is going to get regulated from henceforth. Not because, and it might not.
I can appreciate that. I don't have to be happy about it.
That is fair. I'm just trying to say I'm not the bad guy here, you know, feeling animosity. I'm just trying to help.
No, I don't want you to feel any animosity coming from me. I understand.
Do you think we're all going to end up with the ability to interfere with it?
Charlie looks at you and goes, look, for your sakes, if it comes to that, that'll be very powerful. But you understand the level of target that puts on everyone's back. The part of me that cares about you is gonna say no. Part of me that wants you to succeed is gonna say yes. Either way, I'm gonna submit this to Alistair. It should all be fine. The regulations will probably be out within the hour. But good on you for finding out that stuff about the god of the hunt.
Yeah, she seemed cool.
Most likely, what I'm gonna be able to argue with Alistair is that time travel's allowed in cases where where records are either lacking, few, or non-existent. That's probably the best case I have. Does that sound amenable?
I can handle that for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you guys. Take care.
What, Charlie, would that mean that if a record of my existence didn't exist,
You
I
are
could
the
go back
most
to a time?
well-documented person in existence. You're gonna have a
And
hard
yet,
case.
there were times when I didn't exist.
That's different, kid. You know it.
It feels like it shouldn't be.
What would you like to check about you not existing in that time? Oh, look, where's Viari? She's in jail.
I don't want to check anything related to me.
You can already do that, kid. You could just go to the records department.
No, I'm saying I don't want to check anything related to me.
Well, what do you want to
I
check?
wanted to go see someone.
Oh, kid, you know you can't do that. Come on.
Fine.
All right. Stop using your godly powers selfishly, Viari. Seriously. Okay. I'm gonna go
When
now.
have I ever? Oh God, my internet connection.
Viari.
Like scrap. I think that's a great example. Just like all of scrap.
Scrap, dragging Gary into the domain of dreams and trapping him there without his
Oh,
consent.
Brooke fucking died.
No!
I don't know why it keeps doing this.
It's because you fucking died.
I think that my internet hates me today.
It's on I Hate You Island. Well, either way,
But it keeps shutting off my camera whenever it does it.
that's very peculiar. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
you can hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now you're yellow.
yellow.
Oh, you're just a yellow.
I didn't know it could do that.
I didn't know either. I wanted to stop. I don't like it.
Hmm.
Very silly, Brooke.
Brooke doing her classic yellow bit.
Oh, Brooke. Classic Brooke bit.
Classic, bro.
This is how I'm gonna communicate.
Yeah, just blink it like Morse code.
Maybe they saw big flashy colors.
Yeah, I was like, ideally we won't have
That's
to put
fair, that's fair. I
a user
stopped
warning on
understanding.
here.
Yeah. Sorry. I
Yeah.
realized about
No problem,
3 seconds
no
into
problem.
doing that.
Yeah.
Either way, kid, you have used your powers selfishly in the past. It's okay, but like, let's not lie here, okay? All right.
Alright.
Good day. Have a good one, kids. Be safe. And don't rewrite the contract while I'm away. Otherwise, I'll have more cases.
No promises.
And Charlie
Here.
goes, Patrick! Patrick, why does your microphone
Hi.
sound silly?
Hello. What? What?
I think you're
I
coming
didn't-
through the wrong mic.
Patrick, do you copy over?
Patrick.
Check
Delta
1 2.
Niner
Check
Niner.
1 and 2.
Delta
Is that
Niner Niner, we
better?
hear you over.
You
No,
sound
it
like
is
you're
not.
talking in a tin can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do. Oh, interesting.
You're probably not coming through your normal mic.
Yeah. There was like white
Nope.
noise in the background when you joined, which is why we knew something was wrong before you even spoke.
And, no, it was coming through my webcam. That was not good.
Nice. I love how you have the 2 mic system right now.
Two mic system. It's like the 3 drink system, but
Yeah.
different in every single way, except for there being multiple of them. Is it better now?
Yes.
Is it fixed?
It
It sounds
is.
good. Okay, cool.
Charlie.
Hi, guys. My cat threw up on my bed. Sorry.
Very fun.
Oh.
Silly
I
and
feel your
goofy
pain.
of them.
Last week it was Brooklyn. This week it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Charlie leaves as A's Viari, Godfried in the domain, in A's domain. Veda, we're just gonna say for expediting sake, you were also there.
Beautiful.
As Charlie leaves, he goes, "All right, no rewriting the contract until I get back. Pretty, please." And he's off.
Feel like that's something we could promise, yeah?
No, we can't.
Yeah. Reluctantly. I did time travel successfully with me and Godfried.
Oh. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good, right? That's a good thing.
I think so. We watched Godfried die.
Yep. I had 2 kids.
And I think
I'm-
traumatized them. One of them really bad.
Probably.
I'm not necessarily as surprised about it.
I'm hoping that letter I wrote could be misinterpreted in the best way possible.
If they completely misinterpret everything you wrote, they'll be fine.
That'd be amazing.
What the fuck did you say?
That I
What did
love
you
them
do?
and I miss them, but I didn't realize I had 2 kids, so I only addressed it to 1 child.
Godfried.
Yeah,
So
honestly,
I'm hoping that that's actually just a funny, silly, goofy, haha bit, and actually not serious. Anyways,
no. What was her name is Sylvia? Yeah.
let me look at my notes. What are my children's names?
Okay. Is there like
She did always
ramifica-
strike me as someone having sort of daddy issues.
Would there be ramifications to that?
I really hope again it's just silly, goofy, haha bit, and not.
Well, we've
actually
established that everything, all the ramifications of that have already happened, so
Yes.
it's probably
well.
fine. But maybe that's why Aziz is the way he is.
Why? Is that
Well, listen.
Aziz's mum?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, we knew this. He's my grandson. Remember?
Yeah, no, I knew that. I'm just connecting the dots that the child that you neglected to mention.
I really hope it's silly, goofy, haha,
Maybe they didn't even find the letter.
and not serious.
I'm mostly just giving you shit at this point.
Listen, I don't even know if I was a good dad. I don't remember anything.
You're probably a good dad. He seemed kind of like...
I hope I was. I can't even mourn the life.
Like,
I had.
Everyone loved him, but maybe
Unfortunate.
everyone loved him because he was so busy tending to the kingdom. You didn't like. Take
I
care
don't know.
of
It
his
seemed
kid.
like my family loved me.
They
Yeah,
actually
we
seemed
were
really
about-
excited.
We were about
I
to
was
go
a
to war
neglectful
and all.
parent, and that was actually a good thing.
Yeah, you did run off into the woods.
Goodbye. Whee!
You visit your
wars
mother.
did you participate in?
What's up?
How many wars did you participate in your life?
I don't know. I mean, like in this life, or or the one where I actually was alive and not a skeleton.
The one where you were alive.
I mean, like we could check. I don't know off the top of my head because I don't know anything.
You go to the records department.
To the records department. La, la, la.
You all make your way to the library.
To the library.
The library, the
library.
librarian there, who is slowly but surely noticing that their library is interconnected with another domain thanks to Viari's meddling.
Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hello there. How may I help you?
Hey, what's up, buds? I'm back. Looking for me.
Godfried Horst. Yes,
Yeah,
what would
that
you
one.
like to know?
Just I don't know, general history, I guess. I don't know.
Would you like the stuff from when you were alive?
Yes, please.
Okay. G for Godfried.
Godfried.
What?
I like to think Ace has.
About this.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I like to think Ace has the equivalent of an Amex Black card for the library.
He pulls
But-
out a series of books.
That tracks.
And he slaps them down on the ground. And he goes, "This is the history of insert place here. The history of the kingdom, the history of its people, and the history of its kings. It's got all of the necessary stuff in order for you to pass their grade 12 history test.
Wow, we had a great educational system, it sounds like.
You had a very good educational system thanks to your reign."
Oh, that's awesome!
He hands you the
Elevate the people, elevate the kingdom.
It both impresses and terrifies me.
Please make a. I'm trying to make up a check for your presence inspiring brilliance in someone else. Charisma. Make a raw charisma check.
All right, I have a +5, which is how much d6 again?
That is 2d6.
Thank you. In the industry, we call it a 7.
Industry
You
7.
rolled a 2.
I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 2.
Oh boy.
You look at the librarian, he seems like he's about to remember something. And then he gets a little bit shocked by your weird skeletal face and does not think on it anymore. Good luck with your books. I'll be here if you need me. Alright, you have
All
your
right.
Wait, can you just wander into my domain from here?
your domain?
Yeah.
Slams a button. Security!
Why are you like this?
Yari, remember when we keep certain thoughts to ourselves, especially when we're dealing with a high intense situation?
Thousands
I was
of
just asking, can they just...
thousands
Wait,
of golden
I'm confused.
glyphs.
Did I miss something?
They were not aware that it was your domain specifically.
Oh,
They are
okay.
not
I'm-
happy
I'm
about the domain
losing
that's being
connection
connected to.
every like 2 minutes, so I don't know what's happening.
Mhm.
What we know is that
No.
your domain is connected to the library.
Do
The
we-
library is not happy about that, and you just told them that yours is the one that's siphoning resources from the library.
Do we want to retcon that because it's possible that Brooke didn't hear it?
I don't know, but I need to restart.
I need to restart.
I'm assuming the end of that
I'm
is
going to
computer.
Let's
remember
just
it. It's
arrest
driving me
Viari while
absolutely
Brooke's
insane
disconnected
because
now.
I've just lost the.
Brooke has been arrested.
Sorry,
Brooke
it's
is now
me.
in
I've
jail.
been siphoning Brooke's internet. The moment that I arrived, it started feeding me. I actually used the powers from that to clean up Benson.
That's how you fix your
from
microphone.
My background. That's how I fixed my microphone. Yeah, exactly.
I put a big head.
What?
Look on the,
What?
What?
on the YouTube, my hand is so long.
I just like, I put a big hand.
Oh.
That's so good.
Why are we like this?
We will wait for Brooke to return.
Because our brains don't work good.
Yeah. Is that more technomancy, Patrick? Pat,
Yeah.
explain yourself.
What more technomancy? The brain's not working good? No, I have an autoimmune disease.
Oh, no, that's stealing Brooke's microphones.
Oh!
Yes, my autoimmune disease grants me
I
the
can-
ability to steal internet from Australia!
It's not even like internet specific, it's just microphones. It's the dumbest
What
superpower.
in
I
the
can
JoJo
control
stand?
microphones.
What in the JoJo stand is this bullshit?
Wow.
I have the power to shut down
This is
your
just
internet.
like sky high.
This is very much like Sky High. Although, I feel like that would be a pretty good... Well, depends on how you look at it. If you could just shut down the media.
Only
Oh,
if your
what's that-
microphones are bugging.
Just
though.
completely
What's that
just
show?
like turn
It's-
off all mics.
It's like a British TV show where everyone has superpowers except for the main character, and usually like when you turn 18 is when you get your power, and she never got one. And like some other people don't have them, but it's like, what do you navigate a world where some people can fly and things? But anyways, the main character's mom, who is the same actress who plays Sister Michael in Dairy Girls, she has the ability to control technology, but she's like a classic like middle-aged mom who doesn't know how to open email, so she just gets frustrated. So she's trying to figure out how computers work so she can use her powers.
That's actually really funny.
That's hilarious.
I believe it's called Extraordinary.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I have the power to destroy
what-
all technology. Open a PDF.
Her roommate can summon like dead people to talk to, and so when they're feeling upset, she just summons Hitler, and they make fun of him and tell him about how good things are happening in the world to make him upset.
Based.
Bro, that's amazing.
It's such a good show.
That's
I
really
love
funny.
that, actually.
Yeah, Hitler. Everything's awesome. You idiot.
Literally, that's how it goes.
Yeah. People of color still around, jackass.
No, that's literally like exactly how it goes.
The Jewish people? Well, they're not
We're
threatening.
here.
Wrong word. They're
We're
here. They're still
here.
here.
They're
didn't-
doing
it
what
didn't-
you did. No.
Whoa,
It's
let's
real.
take it down a few notches.
Okay,
It's
I pull it
real.
back. I retract.
Yeah.
Go back.
Yeah, let's be careful.
I will retract the statement. That was an
It's
insensitive
you're
joke.
fine. As a Jewish person, I will make jokes later.
I'm gonna get a different
Yeah.
beverage because my beverage is empty. Since we're kind of just shooting the shit a little bit.
Bev. God, I want.
Danny, you wanna truly? I can.
Oh, I hate Trulies.
Oh, well, that's not
Those are
helpful.
Gross.
They're not the worst.
What the hell is a truly?
It's worse
It's
than
like
a
a
White
high
Claw. It's worse than a White Claw.
I don't know about that because these actually have flavor.
You think
Whereas
I drink
White
White Claws
Claw-
for flavor?
White Claw is the LaCroix of alcoholic beverages. It is
Truly
like
is the
essence.
truly is the LaCroix of alcoholic beverages.
Yeah. Like any of the flavors, it's like the fruit jizzed in its general direction and like it got a couple sprinkles of whatever juice that was, and that's
What?
about it.
What? They did what in my drink?
The fruit jizzed in your drink.
They
Danny.
did what towards my drink?
In its general direction, like a couple droplets.
Oh my god!
Why?
No,
did
it's
the-
Oh my god!
Like a wee bit extra protein. You're fine.
What's a wee bit extra protein?
Don't worry about it,
The
Amelia.
jizz that they
Everything's
fruit
fine.
jizzed in my drink, apparently.
Apparently,
What?
Fruit
You
jizz-
let
I don't know.
the
That's
mass
what Pat
presenting
was
people
saying.
alone.
That was Pat was saying.
And that was immediately where my brain went for some reason.
Why?
Why is your fruit jizzing in LaCroix?
I think the better question is, why is my fruit jizzing in the first place? It's something I've been trying to figure out. Perhaps a side effect of my powers, but
You should
that is yet to be
Your
discovered.
powers is
Your
to
powers
make
are
fruit.
microphone, internet, Wi-Fi, and fruit
And
jizz.
sexually pleasuring fruit, yes.
Oh, have you guys seen those YouTube videos about sexing your foods?
Oh, is
Look,
it those
Look,
videos of
I
those
regret
thirst-trapping
nothing.
food?
Amelia, thank you for picking up the baton. You rock.
Is it those videos of those like guys thirst trapping while cooking and shit?
No, it's not like that at all. It's these video. I watched these like it had to be like middle school or high school, where it's these people who like they're like trying to determine the sex of different foods. So he like puts his hand in macaroni like he's trying to feel around for it.
What?
Or like fruit. You just have to watch it. I'll find a link. I'll find a link for
Biological
later.
sex of your food. Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah. Let me find it.
All right, is Brooke
There's a
back?
whole series.
All
Yeah.
I'm saying is I regret nothing.
All right, Brooke is back.
Yeah, this is from 10 years ago. So I guess I was in high school.
Okay, so Viari, what had happened when you guys entered? I said the librarian was slowly becoming aware that your domain was encroaching on their domain.
What is their domain?
They are the domain of books.
But they are not aware that it is your domain.
Yeah, they are
They are
currently
aware
unaware.
that a domain is encroaching into theirs. They don't know whose.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's not what. Okay, I only heard bits and pieces of that, and it did not sound that dire. But we can. I don't want to retcon anything. We can just. It's fine.
So you're fine with the outcome? Are you sure?
It's fine. I don't want to keep. I don't want to retcon anything. I just would wanna. I was just gonna be like, Charlie.
Do you want me to dimension door you out of here? Because that's what I was gonna do.
She's the god of lies. She was joking.
Being silly and goofy. A goof and a gab.
Well,
Do you want me to retcon it? Is it gonna be easier for you
No,
to
I am
if we
asking
just
you
retcon
what
it?
you want
Okay.
because I don't want you to feel like you didn't have all the information and then an outcome that you didn't expect to happen happened.
It's okay. I'm happy with whatever.
Okay? I'm just gonna go with what was said was said. The librarian slaps panic button.
Okay, hold on.
In descends a bunch of Alistair sigils.
You did
calm
say
down.
hold on.
Charlie!
What? Holy shit! What the fuck did I tell you?
We've talked to Alistair about this already. All right, calm down. Listen.
What is happening?
Oh my god.
I was in the
These
middle of
people.
getting the regulation printed.
I'm sorry.
People are so sensitive nowadays, aren't they?
Librarian is.
We are all shouting at a library. I feel like that's probably
I think-
helping our cause.
I think Charlie.
This
we need
little
to draw up-
hooligan has encroached on my domain illegally. That is who has broken in and has been stealing all the books.
I've not been stealing
Stealing's
books.
a strong word.
And also, I'm calling Charlie so that we can get some proper boundaries set up. Also, I'm a god of stories. I am perfectly entitled to having books in my domain. I make the books that I have in my domain. I don't steal them from you. They come from all the stories
Yeah, your
ever
books are
told,
dirty.
ever untold, ever dreamed up.
Veda, are you waiting for someone to call on you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, go.
Oh, okay. This is a library, right? You know how libraries work, right? You take books out and then eventually you bring them back within a certain waiting. Has the waiting period passed for any of these books?
Do you understand what this little miscreant has done?
Hey,
Veda?
that's a mean word.
I am merely
That is
addressing the
You are
point
not
that
merely
you-
addressing, you are condescending, you little pipsqueak. This
I am
little
being a bit-
miscreant has built
Listen,
infrastructure.
Okay.
has
I'm gonna
sent-
cast silence. I'm
I'm gonna
casting silence.
stop you right there.
I'm gonna cast silence.
Little miscreant
Wait,
is
did you catch me already?
inappropriate. We are in the workplace, and I expect you to talk to me
Silence
like
has
we're in
been
the
cast.
workplace. Ah, god damn it.
I'm gonna go over to the librarian. Spell silence. Message.
Okay. I think we got off on the wrong foot here. I don't appreciate being called names. I understand that there is a grievance. Neither of us was aware of this. And I think that your reaction is frankly being a little unprofessional. So let's take a step back. I have just called my lawyer to help draw proper boundaries.
Charlie looks at you and goes, all right. So, Fiari, come here for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
You're straight up stealing his domain. We're gonna need to enter serious litigation. You need to be quiet and you need to not say a word for like 3
Hold on, Charlie. I thought we already went over this with Alistair.
We said that we would deal with it when it arrived with Alistair. We have not dealt with the stories disagreement yet. Give me like
I didn't know that there was a disagreement with stories.
Again, I was just addressing the point that he had brought up about the
Veda,
books
unnecessary right now,
specifically.
please. Please.
Feels like it's necessary, but okay.
God, we live in a police state.
I'm just sipping my tea.
I mean, yeah.
Charlie puts his hands up and goes, hi, God of books, libraries, and other such storage devices of paper. My client here has expanded the domain in ways that they were unawares of. For example, they started off as lies. Through the acquiring of dreams and other such powerful entities, their domain, by necessity of force, had to expand into eventually non-fiction, which is what a lie is, still under the purview of their domain. Unfortunately, your domain is books, creating an overlap. Now, I understand that you have been losing books for some time, and I'm aware of the frustration that probably has happened of nobody coming in to help you deal with your problem. However, that does not mean you can take it out on my client. So what we's gonna do is we're gonna have a little chit chat, okay? We're gonna bring you and Viari in. We're gonna divvy up some books and some stories, and we're gonna draw the firm boundary of what it consists as a story, what fits in their library, and what fits in your library, okay? And what perhaps even fits in both of your libraries, okay? But this is not a means for you to go and call the cops on my client. Okay.
Yeah, don't be a narc. They don't say that, but they think it.
Either way, you have a job to perform, which is helping my clients get the books that they asked for. Alright, I'm gonna go work on this right now. Viari, please do not upset him any further. He is a hairpin trigger.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Now, the Godfried books, pretty please, thank you very much.
He slides them over, old and cranky like.
Thank you for doing your job. I appreciate you.
You're kinda sexy, aren't you?
Oh. I don't swing anyway, sorry.
Bad boy.
I don't know what you're alluding to, but I've been very good at my job. Thank you very much. Can we leave now?
Yeah,
Alright,
he's being
No,
creepy.
I'm very uncomfortable.
You can just file a sexual harassment.
Was that sexual?
Maybe
I
against
can't
him.
tell.
It
Yes,
was.
yes, let's just do that.
I don't know. I feel this man is behind the times, all right?
I'm gonna drop off some books and pick up some holds while we're here. Just after all that went down.
He's gonna reach
Alright.
behind the desk and pull them out.
Yeah, they're in the same spot. There's like a stack of 7 books.
I would like to, actually, while we're here, I would like to check out some books. I apologize for the earlier condescension. It just, tensions raised very swiftly.
Fine.
Would it be okay if while we were here, I went and had a look at the problem areas?
Under supervision of my assistant.
Understood.
Do you mind if I just check out all of the books that are currently missing from your library due to the whole domain situation? That way there's a track of who's got that where.
You want to assist in the theft?
No, I'm checking out the books from the library.
There's no reasoning with this man, Fada.
Yeah, let's just leave.
This is the vanguard of a worse, non-tolerant time, okay? Let's just
I
leave
say
it
that
be.
as I stack 2 more books onto my giant stack.
Coming out
I
from
mean, they're
behind
doing it.
his desk is the book is another god, a smaller god, a little god with little fairy wings, but not a fae. He goes, "Hello, I'm the Book of Publishing. I was once a worm.
Okay.
Right.
I am his assistant.
Oh, yes.
The book of publishing? The god of publishing.
The god of publishing. Sorry,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
a little wacky.
No, I get it. Yeah, publishing. No, I merely want to check out all of the books that are currently displaced from this domain in another one. So A, we can keep track of which ones are missing, and B, we have a solid time frame on when they need to be returned, barring a fine of some sort or a late fee.
Well, the thing is that they are currently, according to the divine contract, legally Viari's, so we can't actually do that.
That would have been good to know in the first place. I retract my request.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Her
It's
domain,
really all
her
just
domain
turn to
has
the old guy and be
encroached.
like, that's really all you had to say. Like, I didn't understand the full situation. All you had to do was explain it, and then everything would have been. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm just gonna.
How do I keep finding myself in these situations?
I don't know.
You were
Yeah,
expanding.
time
To be
your-
honest,
You are expanding your power very rapidly, and old people don't like it.
Yeah, well, that checks out, I guess. So the borders? Does my domain have a security problem because it's connected to yours in some way, or?
Both have a security problem. The same problem.
Great. Okay, great.
This big fucking hole.
definitely
He
need
leads
to
you
get that
it,
sorted.
and as you can see, there is a seamless transition to your domain and to theirs. Whose is this?
All right.
Who owns this plot? Not me, that's for sure, and not you either. But, as you can tell, there's clearly at some point your domain, clearly at some point our domain.
Oh wait, this is a weird space. I want to go into it.
Yeah.
As you walk into the space,
I go with them.
it's weird.
I'm gonna walk into my domain and call some simulacrums.
I put my books into my bag of holding that only holds books.
Okay. You, some of your
book bag
simulacrums
of holding.
come over after teleporting.
Hey, did you know about the weird transition into the domain of books thing?
Nobody ever really comes back here because it's very far away from the front entrance, so not really.
All right, I think that we need to set up more exploration around the rest of the domain just to make sure that none of this is happening anywhere else. And as far as this boundary goes, I would like full militant defenses set up on every side because I cannot have weaknesses in the defense of my domain.
How big is this middle space?
As you can see,
It'd be infinite, wouldn't it?
well, this transition period is weird. It's like you see almost like Viari's ideals and methods overlapping with the previous library's methods. Like it's like they bleed into each other, and then this bleed period is where you find yourself.
Yeah, me once a month. While Viari's doing that, I'm just gonna try and like walk laterally along this and I'm not trying to do anything, just take note about like this sort of liminal space that's two things at the same time. Just for like personal research purposes.
Make an Arcana check.
Sorry to cut you off in your sim convo.
As Aze is looking at this, the Sims go, "Are you sure you want us to gather defenses on here? Might that not look very suspicious if we're gathering military on a border?"
Well, I'll see if I can come up with some sort of like treaty with the domain of books. It's more or less defending a weak point.
See if they have warlocks, and maybe we can talk about something together at the border. 'Cause I think if we gather forces here, it's just gonna look like we're readying an invasion.
That's fair. It's more if someone tries to get through the liminal space into our stuff.
Then I think with the warlocks on the other side should help. Why should we do all the work?
You know that's not a problem.
I just think it's
you
unfair.
know that's not a problem.
I just think it's unfair that we're doing all the work around here and then they're doing nothing.
Well, I
just
don't
think
think it's unfair, which means that you don't think it's unfair.
This must be an old
You make a
iteration of
good
Yari.
point about the optics of this, so I will follow up on that.
All right. They go back. They still piddle about it this far distance.
All right. Books.
The protege, god of publishing comes up. Yeah, what do you want?
Publishing. Okay, great. I would really love to ensure that this issue doesn't continue to expand and that this doesn't create a weak point in the divine contract for chaos to attack. So I would like, with yours and Book's permission, to create a defensive line along the border. You guys are welcome to do the same. I have absolutely no intention of attacking you guys, and I'm more than willing to sign a contract saying as much. It's more the defense of outside forces trying to use this as a bridge to get in to my domain, the way that Truth was recently invaded.
Viari, walk with me.
Okay.
Do you like the god of books?
I just met him. Not the best vibes.
Yeah, no one likes him. I don't like him either. Here's what I propose. you and me. We're gonna run this place, okay?
Hostile library takeover? What the fuck?
This is just like
Why are we
it's like that time when Penguin and Random House merged.
I was thinking that earlier of being like, hey, Viari, if you don't like this books guy, I'm willing to take some of the knowledge, and if you want to just rip this guy's domain apart. But I thought that was a little aggressive.
Apparently not. Apparently that's the right move.
Look, I've been in your domain. I know it wasn't supposed to. I hope you can look past that. You run a tight ship. I think you can run things better. I think I can run things better, too. Let's phase out the dinosaurs. How about this? This is obviously not your fault. You, very clearly, are the domain of stories, yes?
Yes.
But a domain of books. Vast. So vast. And this old timer here refuses to hire new warlocks and refuses to do the necessary maintenance in order to ensure that their borders are kept safe and secure.
I'm
So,
convinced that you off-beat just thought, what is the silliest, goofiest, dumbest thing that I can give to Brooke that she will just find amazing? Sorry, please go on.
So, considering he's not really doing his job and he's not really doing his work, and considering that you clearly, your force of will is represented as stronger than his by your appearance here. Clearly, this is a weak point in the domain, a weak point in the Pantheon. Somebody better needs to take his place. Have him be the assistant to somebody perhaps a little more competent. Like myself, perhaps. And then
There it
perhaps
is.
we can make a very good agreement as to what this liminal space is.
Right now, you're asking me to trust someone who... How long have you been working with books?
I was once a worm, I am now a butterfly fairy.
Right. That's not an answer, but right. Here's the thing. You're asking me to make a deal with someone who is actively working against their current leader.
It's true. It's an untrustworthy position. And that's one way of framing it, of course. Or, are you working with somebody who is just as ambitious as you are? Who is just as critical of the systems around them? Mind you, were you not hypercritical of the, those little yuppies, the Truth Commission?
Yeah, the Truth Commission.
Who runs the Truth Commission, Viari?
Presently?
You do, Viari. Don't think there hasn't been talk, kid. Come on. I saw what you did for the Truth Commission. I want to do the same for books, and I want you to be a part of it. I'll give you the whole nonfiction section. All nonfiction will be yours to rule, with a checkpoint, of course, into the rest of the, I'll give you all fiction. Sorry, get my terms mixed up. I'm excited. I'll give you all fiction. I'll just leave nonfiction to me. A joint venture.
But you would be taking the stories back from...
The ones that are there are yours, and we'll give you the rest of the fiction books. All the nonfiction ones, I deeply ask, stay mine.
What if they include stories?
We'll add footnotes that lead you to the stories that are in your domain.
Draw up a contract and I'll have my lawyer look at it.
I knew you were smart. I knew you were smart.
I'm gonna call Charlie back real quick, and I'm only gonna speak to him telepathically.
Good. Charlie comes back. Hey, all right.
I'm sorry, I know.
Up,
You're
okay?
also a hive mind. There's like a bajillion infinite of you. You're still working on this.
No,
right?
there's one of me for you, There's a hive mind of every other person, okay? It's just one me for you, okay?
I'm so sorry. Okay, well, all right. This guy's being super sus, and frankly, I don't want to work with him, but I am kind of interested in taking over this if this is on the table. What do you think?
God of Publishing.
Yeah.
Straight shooter, honestly. As far as I'm concerned, nothing really bad about him, but what's he being sus about? What's he doing?
Oh, well, he's trying to betray books in order to, like, overthrow books and then get me in charge.
Hostile corporate takeover. Happens all the time.
Can we take them on as a subsidiary?
Well, what would probably happen? What did he give you a contract?
Not yet.
Hey,
I asked him to draw one up,
publishing.
and then you...
I know you can make a contract instantly. Give me it. Takes it. Godfried, Veda, Ace, come here.
What?
Get over here.
What? I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 32 on my Arcana check, BT duh.
Okay. We'll get back to that. Charlie casts telepathic bond with all of you and goes, all right, so I'm going to give you guys a lesson now on godly domains, okay? Little trick here. So, this guy here, the God of Publishing, is offering Viari fiction as part of the stories domain, that little venture there. Now, in this bargain, this just leaves Viari with all fiction, which seems like a lot, right? It's less than what she currently has. So, we're going to add a little addendum to this contract that states, on top of what is currently in the domain, she gets all the fiction, in addition to what is currently inside of stories, as well as future rights to future fictions and stories that have yet to be written. And now, if he wants to do a hostile takeover, that means that he is currently asking, he's gonna put forward to get the books guy fired. And if he's asking for our cooperation on that, are we gonna go along with that? Do we want him fired?
Yeah, fuck him.
All right.
Let's ruin this man's whole career.
Ace does this thing where they make decisions that are like morally not ambiguous so much as like they're probably bad, but as long as it supports the people they care about, they're like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Charlie tears out
Silly
a
and
page
goofy.
and goes, "You guys are working me like a horse today." Okay.
You're the best, Charlie.
There's gonna be a quick trial. It'll probably happen within the hour, and books will be out of here, replaced with publishing. And Viari, you'll find yourself the proud owner of a brand new section of your domain, as well as some new books, some new stories, and some new fictions to go along with it. You will have exactly 30 minutes to set up a checkpoint system with your simulacrums.
Great, done.
This is just like Supermarket Suite.
Is publishing going to be like a subsidiary? Is that what's happening?
Publishing is going to be their own separate domain, but you guys have a joint operation. It's kind of like
it's joint custody.
The combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. You will be Pizza Hut. They will be Taco Bell. You will both serve Pepsi.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's get KFC in on this.
We're not getting KFC in on this, please.
Yes.
And we like publishing, Charlie, right?
Oh, we love publishing. Publishing's awesome, right?
Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, are we doing a bit here, or are you asking me a genuine
No,
question?
I'm asking you.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. No, we look, it's not about whether or not we like them. It's about the fact that they're good at their job and they do it well. And frankly, if they're being a little bit suspicious here, I don't think they're being a weirdo. I think they genuinely just fucking hate books. Book's an old bastard.
Okay, well, all right. That's
Yeah,
fair
Books
enough.
is creepy as hell.
Books is an old god from the god. He was the god of knowledge, but then people realized, oh, he just controls books and stuff that's written down. And then he's like, then they thought he was like Alistair, like, oh, he's so powerful. He commands the written word. No, he doesn't. He just controls books. Holy shit, get hit with a tome. Not really powerful, you know what I mean? Anyway.
Right, okay. That makes sense. Great. All right, so I'll wait for that update, I suppose. Did we end up getting all the books that we needed?
Godfried is holding a giant pile of books. Hey, as you look at this liminal
Great.
space, you do learn from your 32 that this space is very much different than some other spaces that you've recently been in.
Yeah, it's weird.
Most notably, it's not a space where nothing exists. You have recently been in a space where nothing exists. This is very much what happens when you overlap two somethings and then ask it to render itself, you know? It would be kind of like if you stuck two images.
Too many polygons.
Yeah, it's like they're overlapping in weird ways, and then you still rendered the texture on top of it, so it looks
Yeah.
very weird.
I mean, we've all gone through and opened JPEG files in Notepad and then edited a bunch of the text to see what happens. That's something we've all done for fun.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like that.
And so, you guys get your books and you leave. Where would you guys like to go now?
Back to my domain so I can read those books.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to Godfried's domain so I can read my books.
I'm gonna
Is
go
that
back to
Just hanging out
Godfried's
in the same
domain
space.
so
Okay,
I can
we'll
hang
join.
out while they read books.
Godfried, you go into your domain. Where are you going to read these books? The only thing I know that for sure exists is Florida and your throne, where you judge people.
Well, there's a pharmacy and a sweatshop.
All right.
Do you have a book nook for A's for the Tuesdays that I'm there?
I think after time traveling, he wants to change his domain a little bit. So rather than the massive scale behind his lawn chair throne where he judges people, which
I forgot it was a lawn chair.
yes, the lawn chair, which behind it is the tomb that holds his book, which is
Wait,
the
is it
exact
like-
replica of the tomb he woke up in. I think instead of the tomb now, it's what he can remember of his castle that he saw from when he was alive. So it's like what he thinks a castle would look like, you know? So
I have a
it's
question about your lawn chair.
what?
Is it like a camping chair style, or is it like metal rungs with that like
No,
white?
it's the white plastic one.
white-
completely
oh, okay, white plastic. Okay, great.
Oh. I
Sorry.
was thinking camping
What, the
chair
Devil
style.
May Cry mod?
Yeah!
Hold on.
Look up.
I'm the
May
devil,
Cry
and
lawn
sometimes
chair.
I may cry.
So, guys, we should probably figure out at some point what missions we're
yeah.
gonna do before the next one. We need to go into death, right, at some point and get your aspects back.
Yeah. Oh, mine is kind of weird.
We also need to go into revisions at some point. Yours is
because-
weird?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I looked it up and
Okay.
saw it. Let me show you the
I
if
am the storm that is abroad.
if I may, Danny.
Yeah.
If you have any guest seating, I'm going to
Yes,
drop.
we have a jury box that has a big streamer on it that says the Peanut Gallery.
I just dropped in our Discord chat the lawn chair that A's would like.
Perfect.
This is a tornado watching lawn chair.
We have an umbrella with like a picture of like old lemonade on it as well.
Yeah.
I would like a pool floaty that is just like on the ground that's been left out.
Yeah. It's a pool floaty. Fada, what kind of chair do you want?
I'll take one of those.
Oh, your audio again.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those pool floaties with the two separate spots as well. More like the ones that you go down like the water things at theme park. And then Charlie sits in the second one next to me. Sometimes it's my simulacrum.
I'll take a butterfly chair. One with like a little thing for drinks.
Perfect.
Or like
Like
a
at sporting
folding
events.
camping chair.
Yeah.
Like a butterfly chair.
I don't know what they're called.
Perfect. All right, and there's a little umbrella with a table with a pitcher of old lemonade on it that has not been touched in like the past 30 years.
Yeah. I won't be
Anyways,
touching that.
go to my domain, and we'll go sit in the lawn chairs. I'm gonna make the sun very bright, so we all have to be under the umbrella.
Yeah.
It's a big
Like we're spending time together. We're reading.
Viari, who is the palest person you've ever seen in your life, is sitting there with a bottle of sunscreen, just like.
Godfried, I think we've established that Godfried magically changes clothing for a bit, so now he's just wearing sunglasses and a Speedo.
On your bony ass pelvis.
Yes.
I think Feda's wearing like a blue polo shirt, like khaki shorts, like white sneakers, the socks that are too high, baseball cap with the single strip of sunscreen still on the nose, not rubbed in, everything else sunburnt. Just being like, come on, Timmy, this kid got nothing. Fuck him up.
Everyone gets the power of magical clothing bit changes in my
Okay.
domain.
In that case, Ace is wearing some large sunglasses, has brought their own little drink in a nondescript, like, Stanley Cup kind of container.
Are you going for like wine mom on vacation with their like rich partner?
Yeah, and is like wearing a bikini, but you can't really tell because they have one of those long cover-up things
Yes.
that ties in the front, and yeah.
I think Viari, it just looks like they're just wearing a t-shirt and short, the kind of like outfit you would wear because you're just like ready to play volleyball on the
Let's
beach.
go. You know what? We're gonna go to Miami Beach and watch the boat sink and die
I was about to ask, I'm
continuously.
like, do you guys have a beach? Do you want to go to the beach?
The sun is very bright, burning all the victims on the beach that I put there to clean up trash forever.
Oh, and Ace is wearing wedges.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. I thought it went without saying, but I just wanted to clarify because, you know, sometimes people watch and they don't pick up on the subtleties
Magical
that we
power
know.
of bit comedy.
The magical power of PTO.
In the background, you guys hear a hammer of the gavel of judgment being cast. Very faint. Every once in a while, just judgment.
Yeah, do that.
A boat going. As it continuously fishes and then sinks itself from the fish.
This is the place where we choose to spend most of our time.
This is awesome, isn't it, guys? God, I hate Miami.
You guys start your reading. Okay. Godfried, you are reading your own history. Please make a history check or an investigation check.
Let's see what I'm better at. I am better at history or what?
Or investigation.
Okay, it's the same. So I'm rolling. It's a 6, so that's 2d6, right?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, let me roll that real quick. In the industry, we call that 17.
Okay. With a young 17, you find the pages relating to your life. You find the life and death and tragic death of Godfried Host, the world's youngest king. In your 30-something years of life, as it directly says, you were about 35 by the time that you died.
Oh, I thought he was in his late 20s.
No,
What did
30s.
it say?
30s.
Oh.
You looked like you were in your late 20s, but you were about 35-ish. The dates are rough on births and stuff at this time. Record keeping is a little bit iffy, but they do have a lot of what you did. You were a good king. You focused a lot on education and infrastructure. You worked a lot on trade. You did not try to do... You tried to avoid war as much as possible. Some of your detractors calling you the pacifist. Godfried the pacifist being like more mocking title. Like, lots of talk of is he a strong enough king to lead? Does he have the gumption to make make the correct decisions? But all the same, all distractors aside, you were widely liked. You fought in exactly 2 wars. The first war was a quick one. One that you coming into power, you started being king at around your late 20s. Roughly when you came into power, you did fight in a war. The war to seize the throne. You led a small band of revolutionaries, some of which saying the mythic hero Feda was there. Feda can confirm or deny that at their leisure. And assisting the downtrodden proletariat from and helping them seize control of the throne and placing somebody that they liked. You did have right to the throne. Host lineage was in the bloodline. One of the previous kings was a Host, though not skeletal. As you arrived on the throne, you had power for exactly 7 years. Yet that initial war was very swiftly fought. You were efficient because you didn't like killing too much, didn't like murder, so you tried to do it as fast as possible. So you were very
changed.
Swift. Things have
Was
changed.
that war the one that was against the princess's dad?
Would you like to read the book as well? Because I don't think Godfried knows anything about that. Because you haven't.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking over his shoulder to see that specifically.
Yes. Soon after Godfried, you took power. 7 years later, lots of infrastructure, lots of trade, lots of changing people's appreciation for the city. And then, at 35 years of age, on the Festival of the Hunt, you tragically died of apparently, though medical practice wasn't very good at this time, people say some type of brain injury. That's what they found. Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
Sure. What happened after I died?
As you flip the pages, the years following Godfried's Host's death was tragic. Lots of infighting, civil unrest, and whatnot. There was a swift turnover of a couple of kings. This followed the period of the shortest kingdoms ever made. Several people whose names you don't even are like, it's like they reigned for a week, they reigned for a month. The longest anyone reigned during this time was 6 months, on a period of about 4 years of constant turnover, until eventually this city, after a lot of their infrastructure had been destroyed, a lot of the stuff that you'd worked on had been ruined. They eventually decided to move on to a democracy, and that provided some much-needed stability for this place. Many different governmental forms would take shape. It would eventually be the city where it would eventually be just rise and fall like most kingdoms do, but it would eventually become a very large city center, known for its produce and its production. It became a very well-known weaponsmith city with a lot of really talented blacksmiths, as well as a very well-known place for farmers to come and sell their product. There was lots of great farming land nearby.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. And the war that I woke up to, what was that about?
So, 500 years after your death. Flip the pages. This was a war that you all are familiar with. This war, the war that you awoke. This chapter is titled Godfried's Return and then Disappearance Once More. During a speech that rebel leader Feda Locke was giving, with head writer Viari, as now known as the names are like scribbled out and replaced with who they actually were, because you guys were all under fucking pseudonyms. Godfried Host awoke out of his tomb, a skeleton. This war was very specifically, this now democracy that had kind of grown past its ability to function was at a point where they were once again in a civil unrest situation. There was a large enough population on one side that believed one thing and then the other that believed another thing. Effectively, their ideas about how to run the city had been country had been schismed. You awoke. You yourself were born in the center of it all. Your Godfried was reawoken as your mausoleum became the eventual center of the city as more stuff just got built around it. As you read this, you learn a few things. One, with some notes from official researchers and Godfried and Host aficionados from the Divine Contract, they say this line. This is when Godfried was supposed to die.
Interesting news.
Godfried's previous death was due to some sort of meddling. However, Godfried's awakening here is proof that his death should have actually happened here, not 500 years earlier.
So when he woke up, he was supposed to be dying.
Well, they turn
He
into
was gonna
skeletons
wa-
immediately on their death, so him turning into a skeleton and waking up would be the moment that was supposed to happen.
Maybe we were supposed to stop
Not that bad.
God of the Hunt from killing you.
Well, obviously that
Everything's-
can't have happened.
If
Because
everything's
it-
already happened, then.
But it was
never did
supposed to happen. Or was supposed to not happen because they weren't supposed to be there. Anyway. Goes back to my book.
Why would Beatrice hire people to kill me 500 years before I was actually supposed to die? What was supposed to happen in that 500-year period that didn't because I died?
Or what did happen that wasn't supposed to?
Yes. Democracy
when-
happened. That's good.
Is that when agreement was taken?
Can I look
happened
through
before.
the major events that happened in that 500-year time period?
Something does click in your brain, Godfried. The God of the Hunt being away from Fishhook. They're Fishhook's protector. Maybe this has less to do with you and more to do with the God of the Hunt.
Okay. I'll look into what happened in Fishhook during the time the God of the Hunt was away then.
Okay. So after these massive stack of books, you find Fishhook. You probably got it. Peel it open. And you get to a page that, through cross-referencing, you're like, okay, this is more or less in the same time period. And this is the day the night began. This is written in a more sort of prosy way than a more direct historical way, as it seems like they've cobbled most of this together from journals. The long night began on a night of the hunt just as any other. Beasts roamed the streets, and I did my best to quell them and put them to rest. I worked my hardest. After about 5 hours, though, I looked up at the moon and saw it was just as high as it ever was. After about 8 hours, the moon hadn't moved. 9 hours. 10 hours. 12 hours. 24 hours. The moon still high in the sky. What happened? Why is the hunt still going? Why does the moon not set and the sun rise as it always has? Next entry. The dying words of a hunter. I was on a mission with a friend and someone new. They called themselves A's and Viari. I've worked with A's before. They made me weapons. Viari was new, a little young, but strong all the same. I arrived into the basement of some catacomb. It's a catacomb I knew well enough, but not somewhere I've been this deep before. I slew beasts left and right as I knew they'd be strong. But as I reached the basement, I saw something I knew I wasn't supposed to see. In all my research, I didn't expect it to look like this. Was this the gift the hunt gave us? It was old, sunken, nearly lifeless. And in a blink, A slew it, once and for all. Blood dripped out of the stump where its head once was, and it spilled all over the floor. At this point in time, I felt something surge within me. I didn't think that this would be the night I turned, but I guess it comes for us all. I asked for them to leave me, and I stayed there, sunken on the ground. They did me the favor, at least, of giving me one last stab, so I could die as a man and not a beast. But as I stayed there watching the blood drip out of the thing I saw, it didn't stop. It kept going, kept bleeding. And it continued to bleed. I didn't turn that night. Its blood mingled with mine, healing me continuously. I saw it fade away from existence, but its blood continued to spill. It was as if a wellspring had opened up in the ground. Where is the hunt now? I hope they return soon. Wilbur the Hunter.
R.I.P. Wilbur, he was a real one.
Next journal entry. This is writing of the Church of the Hands. Scribed messages from the Church of Eyes. They say the moon weeps, cries for something lost. What was lost? I ask. The ears communicate with the eyes. The eyes say, all of us. We cannot go on. A new time has arrived. The long night begins, and the hunt will never end. I hope they are not lying, but if they are telling the truth, we must double our efforts and ensure that our citizens remain healthy. A long hunt means we need stronger citizens to fight it. And that's the last of the journal entries that you see.
Interesting. What did you guys kill over there?
The face spirit of undeath.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. And that's what's keeping me alive right now. Or technically I tricked into keeping us alive. Okay, cool beans on toast.
Yeah, and it's unaccounted for, I believe.
Now, that's not good, is it?
No.
Crazy
So Wilbur
thought.
didn't die.
No. Where did that account come from?
Wilford the Hunter.
Wilbur.
No, but like,
Wilbur.
where was it discovered?
Ooh, good idea. Where did this source come from?
You check the sources. You check the sources, the footnotes at the bottom. It leads you to another book that you thankfully grabbed. Small journal. And you see that this journal is it's a collection of hunter's notes. You flip to the front and you say, and it says, I'm trying to think who this is supposed to be. One
You
momento.
got this.
While you're figuring that out, crazy thought. We know how powerful Fey blood is. Entirely, is it possible that Wilbur got infected with the blood from the god of undeath and is now or the Fey spirit of undeath and is now transforming? We explain the constant bleeding and not dying.
Yeah, well, the entirety of Fishhook was basically just ingesting, and I mean, I kind of did it a little bit too, injecting some of the blood to heal itself, or heal themselves, and naturally prolong their life, but it's... whatever undeath became, it did not...
Die?
It is not a Fey spirit in the sense of what it used to be. And if it's infected Wilbur, then Wilbur is not just the host of the Fey spirit undeath. Wilbur is something that is presently unaccounted for. There was some agreements or deals made between Chaos and the Court of the Moth that complicate the matter.
You find the source, and you find the book is titled Moira the First Scholar. Hello, I am a hunter, same as many who will read this. The more I work, the more I hunt, the longer I realize that we will go unremembered. This is my effort to fight this. I am not one who hunts beasts. I hunt my fallen brethren, so I may give them their rights and hopefully find their last words and truths. I encourage all hunters, if you are bleeding out on the battlefield, and if a beast has given you the solace to be alone in your final breath, use the last of your strength to write it down. I will remember it for you. After flipping through a few pages, you find that all of them have their location, all of them have the name of these little notes that this person has scribbled out for these people. And then you find the page from Wilbur, and you see the location. And also, like, Moira adds her own notes. I found this little piece in a dark catacomb far beneath the city, long rumored to be the host of our lovely blood. Church of Senses keeps this place locked tight. Almost like it's a secret that they don't want getting out. As I went down there, I fought many beasts, standard stuff for the underground. As I got deeper and deeper, their misshapenness surprised and alarmed me. They didn't look like the ones I usually had to face, laden with fur and claws. It was almost aquatic, slippery and writhing. As I went deeper and deeper, I don't think I would feel comfortable describing what I saw. Eventually, I found a hunter. Not only had he written out his last words, he was still there to speak them to me. This is the only direct account that I have in this book. I spoke with Wilbur for a time. He explained he'd been here for a very long time. He couldn't give me exact dates, but it felt like years to him. He said he'd been perpetually bleeding out now for longer than he can remember. And that the pool and that the lake of blood that sat beneath him was not his own. It continued to pool up from somewhere else. He said, "Don't touch it. It's volatile. I don't know what it will do to you." He asked to stay there, so that he may keep watch, sword at the ready. I hadn't the heart to tell him of what became of his legs. I decided to leave.
I should have made sure he was dead.
I mean, like, good on him for taking up the task, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if he's still there.
I mean, from this account, it sounds like probably.
Looks like we're heading to Fishhook.
I mean, we were anyways, right?
Yeah.
Not until your PTO is finished.
Right.
Yeah, we have that.
Anybody want to go to dinner in the Fey Realm?
Dinner where?
I thought
In
we
the
weren't
Fae.
supposed to eat food in the Fae realm.
I don't know. I don't know
What's-
how shit works.
Neither do any of us. We're all idiots.
Should we? Is there something you want to do in the Fae realm, Fader?
I don't know. Figured I'd go see what my mom's up to.
We can go hang. Hang's
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, you can
Whatever you
eat
guys
in the
wanna do
Fey
first.
realm. You just shouldn't like eat food that's offered. But we have our own court now. We could eat. I have some things I'd like to talk to Lady Luna about. Fada, I think it would be good to get you back.
Yeah. Can I come
think the
meet your
last time
mom?
That's why I invited you.
It's like we're friends. That's so cool.
Well, it's really
You know what Fader's
Also-
like. He's never talks about this.
I also figure I'll probably need the moral support.
Yeah. No, 100%. Okay.
What were you going to say? Sorry, D.
Me?
Yeah, you said well, and then I had
Oh,
started my
no.
sentence.
I was just making a little list of all the things that we had said we wanted to do whilst we
Oh
had the
yeah.
time to
Okay.
do it.
So we'll put a bullet point somewhere on the list. Go
Yeah,
do it.
at number 1. We can go do that now.
We don't have to do that now.
I'm going
Um,
to have a simulacrum cast sending and let Bernard know we're coming.
Wait,
I would love a long rest first.
That's so valid.
Yeah. Can we do tomorrow so I can emotionally prepare? Cool. But do we want to do anything else before then? Because it's like 3.
I just
Potentially
invented
high
time
noon.
travel, so I'm a little I'm a little ready to take a nap.
Yeah, that's so sick, and I want to circle back on that at some point.
Yeah, that's definitely something we should discuss. And you had said that it's sort of like it's not multiversal theory. It's a loop. It's if you do it, you've always done it, and if you didn't, then you never did.
Yeah.
So we wanna take a long rest. Do we wanna go dream?
Sure.
Yeah, really good sleep if you go take a rest in dreams. It's like super cozy.
Yeah, do it.
You guys go and have a sleepover in dreams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, V, just this letter when you get the chance. Whenever are you still in contact with Gary?
Oh, Viari without thinking, their hand like shoots to their pocket where the other letter is. Kinda? What's this?
Take a look if you want. But just something I just wanted to send along to him. It's an apology,
That
really.
feels awfully suspicious.
It doesn't need to be. I told you
Oh,
you can
okay.
read.
No, I get you. Also, I think your sound is being weird again.
For fuck's sake.
We can still understand you though. Okay, well, I can do that. Also, guys, Gary sent me a letter, and at some point we need to go into rewrite so that I can go find the old domain of truth so that I can see if he left me something in the throne. Okay, great. Now I'm just going to put that away, and I'm going to put this away. Do you want to deliver to him yourself? Do we really think that you should be in contact with Gary right now after recent...
That's kind of the point of the apology. I also think that if he sees me before he reads the letter, he might try and kill me. So probably not good idea to hand it to him. I feel like you handing it to him is maybe the safer move. I feel like he's less inclined to run you through on the spot.
I'm gonna level with you. I think he's gonna come try to kill you regardless. I actually think that
Why does he want to kill Feta?
Yeah, what did I miss
because-
there?
Oh,
Fada killed like billions of people.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
How?
Gary
When?
will
Where?
see
With
that as...
the mushroom thing.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, Gary will see that as a big problem, but he'll personally come to do
I'm
it,
sure.
which is helpful, which means that because he's likely to personally come, we can probably set up some contingencies to get you to safety should he arrive. Same thing with Eleanor. I think going into this next mission, we just set up some contingencies on you.
Yeah, okay. Contingencies, great. Again, hoping that the letter will nullify Gary's desire to immediately murder me. That being one of the contingencies may be a good thing.
Wait, what? Hoping that Gary, the letter... What? I meant contingency spells.
I understand. But why put on a bulletproof vest if you can take the bullets out of the gun?
Okay, I don't think anyone's taking bullets out of Eleanor's gun, so...
No, the
even if we can
Eleanor's a
convince-
different... I'm talking
Yeah, so even if we
specifically
can
about Gary
convince
in
that
this
Gary
case.
can... I don't
Yes.
know.
Just one less gun firing at me is probably good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll see how Gary... I can see if he's
Reacts.
willing to talk to me tonight. I mean, if we're going into dreams to have a nap, I can just...
Is he going to be
reach out and see
bitchy
if
about
he
the
can-
time travel thing?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't see why
doesn't know about that,
would,
surely.
Because again, it always happened.
Yeah.
So the cause and effect there is very cyclical.
It always happened, but not. I guess it really depends on whether Hunt talked about it and who she talked about it with, and when she talked about it. Because it always happened, but I didn't know it happened until I did it. Because if she told anyone, she told them not to tell me or not to tell anyone who would tell me. You know.
Right.
So there's a way it's possible. Well, I don't know if Hunt knows that now is when I went back to do that. So I don't know, or whoever Hunt told, if they know that now is when I went back to do that, then they know now is a safe time to talk about things that I've already done. because I've done them and I know that I've done them.
His ears, like, uh-huh.
I'm good for dreaming though. Sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm feeling very tired after that explanation. I'm gonna pretend that I understood all of it.
You guys go in slumber party.
Slumber party.
Yeah.
You guys go to dreams. You guys go hop in and you go slumber party. You go.
And if you're in dreams, because I've invited you in, you get to lucid dream if you want.
You get to what?
Lucid dream if you want.
Lucid dream?
Yeah.
Like
What do you
when
mean?
can Through
They
your
don't
dreams.
sleep.
Lucid dream. Like you know
They
you're
don't sleep.
Oh, lucid dream.
Oh, they don't sleep in general, right?
I thought you said loose a dream, like lose a dream. And I was like, what does that mean?
Or set it loose upon the world.
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand what you're saying.
I was like, I'm pretty sure you know what this is.
Yeah, I used to be
That
very
is
good
something.
at it.
That's fair. And I'll just send a little message out to Gary to be like, I don't know, do you want to chat? I've got the others here. Feel free to say no.
Feel free to say no or just say no. You don't have to cover stupid. I asked. I'm so sorry. Bye.
Yeah.
Go to bed. You go.
I think Feta is going to try to not dream.
As you as you sit there dreaming, a Viari simulacrum comes up to you and goes, "Hi, are you okay?" Yeah. You're like in dreams. Sorry, everyone else is asleep. I don't want to wake you.
No, that's fine.
It's okay there.
Yeah, it's just, I'm afraid of doing any sort of thing in this realm that is bringing anything into existence. Considering everything going on up here lately, I feel like that might be a bad idea to kind of like any form of reality, bring it into, shape.
Well, I'm a dream guide. I'm one of Viari's dream guides. She directly appointed me. I'm simulacrum number 357 of 354.
Right. Huh? I'm gonna pretend that makes sense. I'm pretending a lot of things make sense today.
Help you dream.
Shh.
Do you want an
Great.
apple?
Can you help me not dream?
I can make you dream of nothing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You see this Viari casts the sleep spell on you, using their wish, so it's an 8th level sleep, and you are out. And they sit by you the whole night, casting encode thoughts of blank space. Just feeding it into your ear. Godfried, what is
Probably
Godfried
the
dream
most
about?
peace.
So Godfried doesn't really try to sleep, but he's gonna try because he's like, I might as well. I've never done this before. Let's try it. Why not? Why the hell not? And he's gonna be like, he's gonna try and remember his family and his old self.
Can I offer something if I detect that this is happening?
Potentially, yeah.
I would like to, this is me asking you, I'd like to know, is Viari able to offer Godfried access to his family's old dreams?
His family's dreams?
Like about him, about their life?
I think so, yeah. You could do that.
I'm just going to make a little origami swan and I'm gonna hand it over to Godfried and just be like, if you want to enjoy those.
What is it? Is it paper crane?
They're from your family. They're the dreams that they had.
Well, that's cool. Am I allowed to look at these?
I guess. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take this.
Godfrey, do you look at them or don't you?
Sure.
As you do, you are put asleep. And you snore despite not having flesh. You dream of you see your dreams through your family's dreams through their eyes. You see your wife. Lots of course, nonsensical dreams, as with all things. As it sifts through the ones of import, you see that there's one time she dreams of the day that you two were officially coronated as king and queen. You see through her eyes, it's a very nerve-wracking day. It's very hazy and foggy. She looks over to you and she feels a squeeze in her hand as you give her some invisible reassurance, letting you know that it's all going to be okay. And that despite you two both being the youngest king and queens, you will be fine. You look out to the thousands of people in the audience as they watch your very important coronation day. Your kids, lots of nonsense dreams as well. Lots of action stuff. Son dreams a lot of fighting things. Being awesome, being cool. War.
This is just Scrap, but Godfried's kid.
Sometimes they dream of having bad dreams about performing poorly in school. One particular bad dream is the teacher goes, "Your dad invented school, and you suck at it." And he's like, "No!"
Oh, this poor child.
Your daughter dreams a lot as well of school. Education was your big thing, after all. There's one of the dream that particularly sticks out is that your daughter was very interested in magic, and she went to a special magic school. She was enrolled as a wizard, a young wizard. And you see that the first thing she conjures as her familiar is a little bony skeleton man. And he goes, "You bitch!" She goes, "Ah!" And she drops it and decompresses it. And she goes, "What was that?" And the teacher looks very confused too and is like, "I don't know." "Was your familiar? Let's try.
Damn, that's crazy.
Let's try a rat this time." Those are the dreams that you see. Ace, you want to dream?
Yeah.
What you dreaming?
He's gonna sleep on a nice like papasan, just like all cozied up. I don't know if A's had like good dreams, because I think part of the reason why A's is like, yeah, let's go hang out with my friends all the time is because they're very, like, especially at a subconscious level, worried about whatever the fuck is happening with Z's right now. Because they know Z's isn't dead, and that's good, but there's probably a lot of other bad shit. And so I think that's kind of where their head is at.
So as you go to this magical space of dreams and you try to push the thoughts out, you hear a sentient voice. Ace. Ace. Can you speak?
Yes?
Thank God. Okay. So, it's Cease. It's me. Hi. Pleasure.
Hi.
Yeah. So
Are you...
I'm not doing okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, but I thought I knew the answer.
Yeah, I'm not doing great. I have cast Dream. And thankfully, Beatrice seems to have not noticed or doesn't care. Don't come for me right now. I have to get out of this one on my own.
Okay.
I know that your friends don't like me very much.
You keep being an asshole to them.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Yeah.
very hard not to be.
I know. It's okay.
Maybe I can make it up to them in another way.
What does that mean?
I'm in the same room as Agreement. Every day, they let us sleep. I have enough sorcery points that I can subtle cast Dream and get him in here too. I can connect you guys. I know it's not gonna undo what I did, but maybe it's just some goodwill.
No. Oh, it's good. That's great.
I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know how much longer they're gonna keep me in here, so we'll have to act quick, okay?
Okay. Is there anything I can do for you?
Just keep thinking your unusual thoughts about me. Those nice ones, not the bad ones, please.
Yeah. No, I'll take the good ones.
Appreciate it.
Hmm?
I think I screwed this one up, Ace, a lot. I mean,
We always figure it out.
that's the hope.
Hey, I've got this.
Okay.
You just gotta hold on, okay?
Okay. Also, I don't know if people are probably talking about Fishhook over there a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like that's the next thing. Beatrice seems upset about something there. You wouldn't happen to know what it means for something to be outside space, right?
I might have a hunch.
Okay.
I don't know specifically, but
All right. Cool. Okay.
yeah.
Well, Beatrice is currently very upset about something outside of space, so I think that might be a...
Yeah, I think I have a feeling she made a bad deal.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
I gotta go, but... his thoughts betray him as he says, I love you. I was...
And he says,
I don't know, but is...
I love you too.
okay. Well, I'm gonna cry forever now, so I guess I'm gonna go do that. See you soon.
See you soon.
And that's your dream.
And Ace is crying in their sleep.
Viari, your little... I guess you can come if you want. I'm sorry. I mean it's stupid. I shouldn't have asked. Message.
Oh.
Reaches. And you are awake. You don't sleep in here. You just recover. Gary arrives. I'm assuming that this is urgent.
Not really. I just wanted to see if you were doing okay.
See,
I got your message.
He puts his head in his hand. My message? You mean... Oh, you mean the chair. Heard about that. Right.
I checked Truth's domain for VR enrichment activities, and I didn't find anything.
Guess I got better at them than you. Sorry.
Well, have you figured out your dreams yet?
What about my dreams?
Guess you didn't get better at them than me.
Oh, you mean the fact that you torment me every night with the same picture of a Rubik's Cube, and then I've got to figure out that it's within the Rubik's Cube is actually a little box, and then within the box is a chicken that says gotcha, and then...
Oh my gosh, you've only figured out one of the puzzles.
Okay.
Classic.
I got Theta's letter.
How? I have it.
Well... You are in dreams. I am here. You messaged me, so I sent a scrying orb.
Okay.
What did Fada do?
Oh, I thought you already knew. He,
Not you ratting on yourself to the cop.
he was infected by.
He did nothing, actually. He was.
System.
He slapped an old woman in the face, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty fucked up. But that's the extent of what he did.
He was infected by the Fae mushroom network, mycelium network, and it began to eat away at parts of the divine contract, and that resulted in the deaths of, I think, 7 planets.
That's a lot of loss. That's
Yeah.
a lot. So he was infected with this mycelium network?
Yeah.
And,
It's under control now.
And
But
how did he kill the planets?
he was trying to protect. He didn't want to outright destroy the mycelium network in order to find a solution. And in the time it took, literally moments, for him to realize that there was nothing for him to do but sign a contract with Alistair, freezing it in stasis, the planets were consumed.
So the network consumed the planets via consuming him and his domain, I assume?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a tricky situation to be in. Look, I can't in good conscience go after him for this.
Okay, that's good.
But it's not my decision alone. We have a council now. I can make a good case for him. But it's no longer just pick and choose and go at it. We're more organized. We're more structured.
Are you open to representation from the Familiars Guild?
We work with familiars, so we can work with the Familiars Guild.
So Fada can have representation?
Are you suggesting Charlie?
Well, it doesn't have to be Charlie. Charlie's my first pick, but he's not the only one with experience in this sort of thing.
I think, if I may, you may be plugging a hole that's already filled up. We've got lots of targets who are far worse than Fada on our docket right now. I know you're scared. You have every right to be. But you guys are trying to defend yourselves for things that were unintentional and accidental.
I don't want to end up in a situation where I'm having to defend my friends against my friends. I don't want to have to choose.
I get that, Viari. I do. Look. This is one of those situations where I think you'll have to do the one thing you don't know how to do. And that's leave it alone. You try to come in here and start a big cover-up operation?
It's not about covering it up.
Let me finish my point, Viari. If you start coming in here and start trying to say, oh no, it didn't mean that, it was an accident, trust me, it just draws more attention to the problem. Instead, worlds wink out all the time. Alistair's the one who makes those decisions. It's a complicated process. We see 7 worlds blink out at once. It was shocking for a moment, but then we probably went, we can't investigate that in time. There's a god currently waging intentional war on mortals across multiple planes. You see the point I'm trying to make here?
Yeah. You've got bigger problems.
We have bigger problems than hunting down Fada right now. Because that is a big operation. Fada is incredibly strong. And that would incur the wrath of the Pantheon. Which we don't feel like dealing with right now.
Right. Speaking of those problems, I have heard that there is tension that has been created around the you and Alex situation.
Yes.
Can you tell me about it?
What do you want to know?
What's going on?
The situation is as follows. I show up, prove I'm the old ruler of the God Hunters. Say I want to change how things work. 50% side with me, 50% leave. There's now a giant faction out there who used to be aligned with Alex, who were a disorganized militia purely centered around might is right.
Are they working with Eleanor? Eleanor had just taken over before all of this, right?
I don't think so. They don't like Eleanor. After all, she's a demigod. She's still kind of on their list. But there is that population, that 50% that does not like me. I ruined what they were happy with. I ruined what they liked. I ruined the way they did things. And now, here we are.
Okay. Are you in a position to make some sort of peace treaty with Alex?
It's not with Alex that I need the peace treaty from. It's not even about me and Alex. Me and Alex aren't on great terms. The problem is that I currently hold a faction that does not like another faction. They will listen to me or they will not listen to me. Alex isn't even in control of the people that don't like me.
Could she be?
If Alex makes an organized faction of god hunters that are allied with gods, I don't know. I feel like that would create bigger problems for you all in the future.
Potentially. Here's the thing. I want to get ahead of whatever problem is brewing over here. And I know that if this goes untouched and just left alone, this is not going to end well for either one or both of you. Because your faction is probably not in love with Alex, and Alex's old followers are not in love with you. And all things considered, I'd rather, once again, not lose anyone I care about, so...
Look, I'll look into it. I don't think I don't notice the tension as well. Maybe it's a bigger problem than I initially thought.
And you need to apologize to Alex. You stole her favorite toy.
I'll apologize to Alex. But tell Fada to... Tell him it's okay. He seemed pretty let down in this letter.
Yeah. I think he's taken on a lot. I don't think he feels very good about his role.
Being a god is hard. Your decisions are much more damaging than your... your decisions just mean more. Your failures are worse. And if you think about it, your successes keep the world running as normal, so they don't feel as good.
Yeah. What about you? You're doing okay? You're coping? You're not...
I'm trying. You mortal gods are in a bad position in terms of just you guys existing. You have the mentality of mortals, and you have the responsibility of gods. Feda's beating himself up with the decision of winking out 7 worlds. For a mortal, that's devastating. Alistair does that every day. Beatrice does the same. It's not like they do it out of malice, they do it out of necessity. I'm doing fine. I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I'm handling it. How are you guys doing?
Well, we are getting there. It looks like the stakes of the war have just been upped. So
Classic.
that's kind of nerve-wracking. And our other plans are moving along as best they can. I'm hoping that I'm going to get hold of truth.
Good for you.
Was that your intention in all
No.
of this?
My intention was to neutralize the God Hunters as a faction that plays favorites.
Oh, I think I accidentally started taking over another domain as well.
Of course you did.
By accident.
You've done that already.
Yeah, I know. It was a bit funny. There was a grumpy old man involved.
It sounds very silly.
I feel kind of bad, but also not really. I'm very excited about this one as well. But at any rate, thank you for training up Scrap and the others, because they ended up faring super well.
I'm glad. Hey, Feda asked me to do this, so do you mind waking him up?
Oh, yeah, sure. I grab a bucket of water. And just...
Fuck!
Hey, Veda! Veda, look who came!
Hey,
Look who I have.
you
Do
asked...
you want the others woken up as well? I can get them.
No, I mean if you want. This is...
Yeah, do that. That's probably a good idea.
All
You
right.
want them? Okay.
Yep.
I walk over and splash Godfried. And then I walk over to Ace and I set the bucket down and I very gently... Ace, I know better.
Danny, you are muted.
Ace.
I kick you in the head.
Well, Feda, you asked me to help you with this.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't expecting to see you so soon. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. You
Sorry.
feel like you are charging through, not headlong, making mistakes, I guess. Is that what you think?
Literally every choice I've made within the past few months has led to a negative consequence, so yes.
I mean, you got a cool mech.
Great. I did. That's
And-
true. But I hurt a lot of people.
What about
And
the Myconids?
so-
The mycelium network.
You mean the ones that wiped out 7 worlds? Yeah. Awesome. Super fun.
And if all goes
Sorry, I
if
just-
all goes correctly, could potentially revitalize your domain. could grant a last chance indefinitely forever. I don't think every choice has been bad. I think a lot of your choices just have had traits. Weird, brutal traits.
Yeah.
At least that's how I see it. As a god hunter, I'm not looking at the choices you made going, that was bad.
Gary, the last time that you and I talked, you screamed at me because I had brought a new god into existence and told me that I needed to think more about my choices. And I've tried. And I've failed.
There's no reason.
I can't do this alone.
We've got a council of, well, you've got A's.
Hey,
I think.
No, he's right. He's right. Well, what
you
do
don't
you?
have to say it.
I think he.
Gary,
I think he does.
I love you.
Otherwise, Fata would come to us, and that'd be horrible.
Beta, you.
Okay, I want to just point out A's makes Z's as a choice.
So?
That. No, I think that's a pretty strong argument, actually.
Oh, fine
I
then.
just think
Look.
in terms of all of
Let's
us,
not-
we all make bad choices.
Could we not
Oh.
devolve into bickering right now? I'm trying to have a moment here with Feta.
Sorry,
fine.
sorry.
You're-
I did
you're-
want to circle back on the Z's thing in a minute, though.
Put
if
a
that's
pin in it.
okay.
Put a pin in
I
it.
wanted them.
Yeah, I want you to circle back on that, VRE.
I wanted them here for a reason. I'm sick and tired of trying to do this by myself. Because that's how I've done everything my entire life. Is, you know, up until meeting Viari, everything was just charge forward, hope for the best, and it seemed to work out. That's not the case anymore. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. And having lived an entire life where all I could ever do was stumble into helping people, or at least as I saw it, I want to get that back. And I realize that I'm not the person to do it. So I need help from my friends. I don't know what to do now.
I think that when you give somebody a weapon, what do you do to them?
I mean, I know what answer you're
It's a-
thinking
it's-
of, but
it's a-
my intention is to give them the ability to stand up for themselves against oppressive forces.
And what would
But it
have
turns them into a weapon.
what would you have what would you have done? What would have happened if you'd given them, let's say for instance, a bag of seeds? I guess my point is a last chance looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think the last chances that you're familiar with, you come from a place of war, of fighting. Your perspective is your perspective for a reason. You were shaped by the place around you. You're going to many places with many perspectives. Giving someone a sword in a place that's less violent than maybe you've come from can change things drastically. Giving somebody a it's about
Yeah, I know.
I think you
Oh,
can
sorry.
do this. You are mortal gods. That makes you different. You are gods with the perspective of those who you affect. I think that's why it's sometimes so frustrating for me to talk to you. Because at one point you're aware of this, and at another point you're not. And I get that that's part of it. It's difficult. You are at one point 100% mortal, fully aware of your own death, fully aware of how small you are in the infinite. And at other moments you use your powers willy-nilly, gallivant abound, kidnap people in their dreams. I know it's tough. You've got to use this problem as your strengths too. I think you can make the right decisions, Feda. I think you just need to change the perspective on what your swords that you're giving are. And for what it's worth, I don't think you would have made this decision without the effect of the mycelium network.
Gary,
Yes?
do you think the God Hunters would be open to communicating in a sort of council sort of way, like a consultancy kind of way,
I don't...
offering gods the perspective of mortals so that we can maintain better relations?
And also keep some of our humanity. Alistair said that he was proud of me because I had finally made a decision worthy of being a god when I chose to sign the contract. Seven worlds were erased in that time. I don't like just having the perspective of a god. I think Viari's right. I think the entire Pantheon would benefit from that.
I'll bring it up at our next meeting. I'm open to it. I can't help but think they wouldn't be. But I can definitely give it a try.
Yeah.
I just think that if the goal is to ensure that gods aren't overdoing it, disrespecting mortals, making decisions that are too flippant about the lives and well-being of mortals, then
Why does that
maybe
have to be
mortals should have a
encouraged?
seat at the table when it comes to how things are governed.
I think the thing is I can talk to you for your mortal gods. Have you ever tried to convince Alistair of something?
Yeah,
Did it go well?
he's rewritten himself multiple times.
After the council decision of other gods. He's very... I can talk to you all, and maybe something can be made for mortal gods, as I think that makes the most sense.
Sure.
Okay.
But
I do want to point out, times are changing. We're expanding our reach within the Pantheon, each of us, into more branching domains. Maybe talking to mortal gods for now is enough. Maybe the future is far more in flux than we thought it was.
I'll give it a try. But I do think I've got to wake up soon, so...
One more thing, though, on the topic of Z's, if that's okay.
What about Z's? Why am I here for Z's?
Because you figured out how to kill a god in their own domain.
Yes.
We want to get Z's back at some point.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Surprisingly enough.
All you did was complain to me about Z's, Viari. You guys have
I
better times
know.
now?
No,
Oh, I thought you'd be happy.
I still hate them, but Ace cares about them, and so we deal.
Okay.
Besides, Ziz is mortal now. What are they gonna do?
True.
You had to say it.
But Ace cares about them, so we're getting them back at some point. I would like as much information as you can give us that would help us in infiltrating a domain and stealing a mortal out.
Okay, I thought you were about to ask me how to kill a god in their domain, and I was about to leave. But at the very least, if you're asking about infiltrating a domain, the trick to infiltrating a domain is...
I could do that. Sorry, that didn't even actually cross my mind. I realized the setup was like that, but that's not really... Sorry, go on, please go.
Infiltrating a domain is tricky. I was invited in and stood there for years. I was there for a while. I didn't just infiltrate the domain. I was invited in. I worked for the guy. If you're I didn't really infiltrate so much as I had spent many years hiding in there. If you want to infiltrate a domain, though, your best bet is obviously going to be through the Divine Contract. The Chaos side is a mirror of the Order side.
Do you think we could get a warlock to join, enter, and steal them out?
Potentially. You'd have to use a lot of your powers in order to hide their intentions from Beatrice.
And consider them kind of expendable.
And you'd probably have to assume they'll die, yes. You have to trade a life for a life. Or at least...
Which I would do, but that doesn't seem like your MO, Viari.
You'd have to be willing to make that trade at the very least.
Are you prepared to expend one of your warlocks to get him back?
I don't have warlocks.
Danny, you're muted.
Godfried's awake is like, well, we do have the former gods of ignition and combustion, which were chaos gods, who are now my warlocks.
Do we trust them enough to listen to us once they get back there?
They're my warlocks. I can bind them not to say anything.
Can you bind stronger than Beatrice can break?
If that happens, I'll set a contingency for them to kill themselves. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a plan.
I have plenty of people. Adamus would die for me.
But I like Adamus.
I do.
And we
too.
don't need to get Z's.
If we're worried about trust, I don't trust any of my warlocks more than I do him.
Yeah, the problem is you need people you trust enough to do the job and people who you won't miss if they die.
Yeah, because initially I was thinking scrap, and then you said they might die, and I went, nope.
That's why I said that. I could tell you were thinking scrap. Gary, do we need Gary here? I want to talk about things that I don't want to talk about in front of
I was
Gary.
about to say, you should probably make me leave.
We'll scheme and plan. Go
That's
away.
fair.
This is a right
And I'm gonna give him a hug, and I'm gonna be like, we'll talk soon. Just ask them about the council situation.
Okay.
And
Thank
be
you,
nice
Gary.
to Alex.
I will do my best. Take care,
Send her
guys.
like a gift basket or something. She'd appreciate that. Now go.
Okay. Take care, guys. And he...
As soon as
You
Gary
too.
leaves, A said, listen, for what it's worth, I don't want more mortal shit on the council. That's why I sent it to Divinity.
What?
I said, for what it's worth, I don't want more mortal involvement with any council. That's why I sent it to Divinity.
Listen, guys. I know we're like, it's like, oh, we like need to like send someone. We're okay.
We
with
don't
time
need to rescue Z's. He doesn't want to be rescued right now. Also,
because
How did you know?
This is the first time in his life he's being selfless, Ace, and this is the moment you decide to listen to him.
Yeah, how do you know he doesn't want to be rescued right now?
because every time I get remotely near wherever Z's is, I get super fucking cursed by Beatrice.
You get cursed regardless.
I know.
That's not a Z's thing. Listen,
Look, it's my long-term priority. I don't want to rush into it.
And we won't.
Also, Z's has offered to broker a conversation with agreement if we want to do that tomorrow night.
Well, That's interesting.
Is that something that you're interested in for that person that you hate so much, who's useless, who's never done anything good for us?
Okay, well, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop that.
I don't
You
know
know-
if you have
you
a leg
know-
to stand on right now.
You know he's done a lot of bad things. Don't deny
He's
that.
done
No,
a lot
don't.
of bad things.
You're discrediting VR's experience, and that's not fair.
That felt weird. I'm gonna gloss over that one. Yes, we should set up some sort of arrangement with agreement.
Yeah, we can talk to the agreement tomorrow night, just as long as we're here in the dreaming.
Okay. That sounds good. It's supposed to be neutral territory anyway. But that would be great after dinner with Fader's parents.
One emotional thing to the next. Oh boy.
And that
Do we even know how to get in contact with them?
I was just gonna send a sending. I mean, I know what she looks like. She was the last person I saw before I died.
You died?
Yes, we.
Oh, like this.
What are you talking about, Brooke?
I'm sorry. I thought when he was mortal.
I thought you were doing
thought
a
when he was
bit.
mortal.
I
thought you were doing a
mortal.
bit.
What is bro?
I thought
Out
when he
of
was-
this
when
time
he was
around.
mortal.
No, I was
thought
in
you
the
were-
forest decomposing. She walked by me, had a chance to offer a hand, and then didn't. So one of the reasons I want you guys there is that I imagine it's going to be tense. And
I
just
hate her already. Can I stab her when she arrives?
I don't necessarily want to start a war between the courts of the beetle and butterfly, so probably not.
She's gonna have nothing but nightmares forever.
We'll figure that out once we figure out her reasons. I don't know.
I'm gonna summon a simulacrum and start brainstorming nightmare ideas.
We could put their eyeballs backwards.
We could put the eyeballs backwards. I was thinking of making her see from Fader's perspective as people she cares about walk away and leave her and do the same thing.
What if we put her feet on backwards?
Good
a lot of-
idea.
It's the worst thing you can do to a person is take something and put it backwards.
Put her
Actually, it
eyebrows
might
on
be.
backwards.
It might be. It might
What
be
if
the
we
worst.
what if we put? Okay, think about it.
Chiral's your protein.
Nostrils in her
Prions
eyes.
your
Skin on
disease.
backwards.
Put noses in her butt.
Yeah.
Ass for face. And
God,
that
you're so
is
bad.
I high five her simulacrum.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That is all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been the last episode of PB Game until the new year, because I'm going back to Calgary for the next 2 weeks to enjoy the holidays with my family. So thank you all for watching this PTO episode. My name is Offbeat Outlaw. We will see you all in the new year. I hope you have a great time. Amelia.
Hi, my name's Amelia Som. You can still find me most places at Amelia Som or by going to links.ameliasom.com. And next Monday is when the episode of Unprepared Casters that has me and Danny in it releases.
You'll finally get to see what comes after You Know Me.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's good.
Amazing. I am Brooklyn. That's Patrick.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I'm That Gray Gentleman on the internet. Find me everywhere under That Gray Gentleman. You can follow me on Quinn if you are over 18. And Merry Early Christmas, the Thursday after Christmas. I've made an Astarian audio that is going to be going up there. That is a continuation of the graveyard scene. If you know, you know.
Meow. Danny.
I'm Danny. You know me.
Bet. That is all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode.